what I did on the way over here?
What did you do on the way over here today?
I got a question for you. Why is it that like coffee cups, like, see now this is
Let me see what you got.
today I got my free coffee. I got a free
Yeah,
coffee.
yeah.
All right, I get the 7-Eleven app and
Okay.
I use that, and I was happy. I was singing. I got my free coffee, and Linda's not gonna be mad. I was
You
singing
said you
all.
were singing.
I
Not
was.
you.
I was
Are you?
singing, baby. I was singing. Let
Yeah.
me tell you, I was
Let me
singing.
ask you, did you sing in the 7-Eleven?
Yeah.
And do you wonder why they give you shit coffee and rush you out the door?
People were singing with me. You kidding? Well,
Yeah. Do you make coffee
I got
at
a
home?
crowd together while I was in 7-Eleven.
Do you make the coffee at home?
I can if I get up early enough, but you know me. No, I'm going to tell you what's going to happen here.
Because
See,
that's the trick.
I'm going to tell you what's going to happen here.
Go ahead.
Starting Monday morning,
Yes.
I will be in this chair by 6:30. I swear to my mother's grave. If I'm promising you, and every day that I'm not,
Yes.
you have to give me $1.
Wait, where's the... You gonna be a rich man
All
pretty
right?
damn soon.
I figured that it's all going to make money. You
That's
know, and
not a bad idea.
I was thinking about 10, but I figured dollars in it. And for every
so
day.
essentially, we're betting. I'm betting against myself.
Yes, absolutely.
something.
Something like that.
All right.
So anyway, yeah. Do you ever notice that the coffee cups that they give you, right? If you buy the bigger one that's more expensive,
Yes.
they're thicker. They got a better top.
Oh, I got it.
You know what I'm saying? That it's like even with 7-Eleven, not even with Dunkin' Donuts. If you buy a small coffee, they give you that flat top that you have to break open the thing, peel
Yes.
it back a little bit to be able to get it.
Oh, the big ones have the dome top
yeah,
with the
these
hole
got the
right in
little
there.
thing on it. It's like it's like you know what it's like, and move it up.
Listen to this satisfying sound.
What? Oh, here it comes. Ooh. Ooh.
That's the bomb.
Ooh. So you know what I did this morning?
Pray tell.
We were in 7-Eleven, right? And a bunch of people there.
Mm-hmm.
So all of a sudden I noticed, I noticed a sign on the wall with the Marlboro. Remember the Marlboro Man? The cigarette?
hell yeah.
Yeah, you remember him?
Yeah.
Well, you know what I did?
Go ahead.
I ripped that sign down. Me and the people
Stop
that
it.
we did. We ripped that sign down. I started shouting. I said, "Wait a second. Hold on a second."
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I said, "Hold on a second. Smoking's bad for you." All right? And this sign is saying, okay, from history, all right?
Yes.
It's saying from history that smoking is bad for you and it's stereotyping white cowboys. So I got the people together. I gave them each, paid them each to protest with me, and we ripped down the signs.
Why did I have in the back of my mind that the appropriate comment was going to be, what a dick, even
Right?
before I knew what you were saying?
Erase all history. As a matter of fact, you know what I'm doing after I'm done with the morning show this morning?
You know what?
I'm running over to the middle school and to my son. I'm going to go over to the middle school and the elementary schools.
Wait, excuse me.
And I'm going. Yeah.
I'm going to
Yeah.
make a few calls, see if anybody gives a shit.
No, what I'm doing. Wait.
yeah,
No.
sorry.
What we're gonna. I think you should join me. Matter of fact, I think all of Long Island. We should all get together.
Yes.
And go to every school on Long Island and erase every history book that has anything to do with regards to slavery.
Well,
or
you do
anything.
understand that when you say, why don't we all get together?
Yeah.
That doesn't work.
Well,
we have to have two sides. We can't all be on the same side.
Why not?
It takes all the fun out of it.
No, I've met.
Who are
no.
we going to yell at?
Nobody. I think we should like.
Who's going to get arrested then?
I got a pair of scissors. We'll cut out every history book that says anything about let's see. Who are we going to get rid of? Oh, the entire Revolutionary War period. Ooh, the entire Civil War. What's next? They're going to. What's next? Oh, and then wait. I think what we ought to do.
Wait, let me mark this on the timeline.
Listen, I am so glad. Like Tom,
go ahead. No,
Tom
go
and
ahead.
Vicky, Tom Mealy and Vicky,
Yes,
they were
yes.
recently at Mount Rushmore. I'm glad they got pictures because I say we blow up Mount Rushmore.
So let's see. Eric comes in at 7:20.
Let me ask the people. Let me ask the people out there.
First rant is at 7:40.
Let me ask the people out there. What do you think, people? What do you think?
God, it's painful.
Yeah, no, we erased every history book. You know what? You know what it'd be like?
What?
I want you to stop and I want you to think. If you were a history teacher,
Yes.
okay, if you were a history teacher, all right,
Yeah.
and you
High
had
school?
anything, middle school, high school, and you took away
Can I
any,
touch the young girls?
that was very inappropriate. All right, not to mention. the
Oh
fact-
my gosh, me inappropriate?
Not to,
Whoever
not,
would
not
think.
to mention the fact that you came in late this morning, and I'm appalled by that. But anyway,
How?
yeah. So
Yeah.
I want you to stop and think. If you took away everything in history that in today's world could be considered controversial,
Yes.
did I say that right? Controversial.
No, but it was close.
Controversial.
Controversial.
What would you talk about? What would you teach?
The future.
That's not history.
No, we wouldn't teach
That's
history.
that's not considered social stuff. How do you teach the future?
Well, we've screwed it up so bad, perhaps we should just focus on moving forward.
You know,
Sorry.
I think,
Yes.
you know, in a sense, people will say that they're glad that we have a president who is, they want to say, I want to say real, all right?
Who would say that?
Well, let me just say this, because here's the deal.
Yes.
I think a lot of Americans, a lot of people out there in the world today talk without truly thinking about what they're saying,
Yes.
right? Because I think, you know, I've been a Trump supporter because I felt that Donald Trump was keeping his campaign promises, which is probably for a politician something that you rarely see. But I also, what I'm seeing now is I'm seeing a country being divided,
Yes.
you know, very much so. And I'm seeing a leader of the country that is not really doing anything to try to unite the country. And that scares me. You know what I'm saying? It's, you know, you have Gore out there, you know, which is, you know, the guy with the climate change.
Al Gore.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is that his name?
Yes, it is.
Al?
Al.
Who named him? His mom?
Big Al.
Big Al. Big Al Gore.
Big Al
Big Al Gore.
Don't jack with me.
Big Al. So anyway, Al came out yesterday and said that the president should resign. I don't know if that's see, if the president resigns, then we got Pence, right?
Right.
Right. So I don't know if that's going to.
I know. What do we know about Pence? Not enough.
I don't know. It's just, you know, I'm trying to find this thing here that I saw last night. You know, we're talking about, where the hell is it? No, come on.
You better get Gina into the conversation.
I will in a moment.
She's about to blow up the chat room.
Son of a bitch! I'm going to. I just want to finish my. I saw a. Oh, come on now. Where is it? There was a thing yesterday. It was on my phone. One of the guys had put out a video. Oh, Lord. Oh, that's why. It's I remember now. I remember now. I remember now. Uh-oh. What is his group name? Lord.
Oh, Lord. She's the young
I got
son.
it. I got it. All right. Now, what I wanted to, I'm going to bring Gina in, but please don't yell at me, Gina. Please. Don't yell at me, all right? I'm not in the mood to be yelled at. Hold on. I'm kidding. I'm just kidding, Gina. Just kidding. Just joking around, and I'll let you have your say in just a moment as soon as I finish what I'm saying here. So just give me 1 second.
You know,
okay?
when you make her wait, she saves it up and then yells.
Yeah, I know.
She's going to yell at us.
Okay, here you go. I guess about midnight last night, I'm in a secret group. Shh, can't tell you if it's a secret.
Don't say it on the radio.
I'm in a secret group. But seriously, this is the mentality of what this country is coming to. Are you ready?
Please.
Are you ready? You're going to love this. All right? This is the mentality of the youth of America.
Y'all, white people got me fucked up. It is August 12th in 2017, and it is 12:50 p.m., bitch. We are not in 1942, bitch. See, back in the day, when there was really no technology, no video footage or proof that y'all niggas was grimy as fuck, y'all could have did this type of stuff. But bitch, we in the damn future, we got hella technology, and we know what the fuck y'all niggas do, so we prepare, bitch. Y'all go have a meetup if y'all want to. Have a little candle lighting if y'all want to. But I bet you one thing, I bet you won't step out of that neighborhood. Let y'all enter anybody else's hood or projects, and I promise you y'all won't be leaving out. I promise. I ain't even no gangster. I don't even do shit like this. But y'all niggas is pushing it. Do y'all forget? It's way more black people than white people in this motherfucking country, world, existence. Y'all like this to us. Now, I'm sorry for all the white people who don't got shit to do with this. Cause y'all niggas wanna burn candles, bitch, we'll burn neighborhoods down. We'll go all the way to the motherfucking, wherever y'all motherfucking live, and light that whole shit up. Talking about some damn KKK. Bitch, do you know who the fuck we are? We don't play that shit. Try it if you want to. Beat this. Where my belt? And I like how y'all form in groups. You'll never see them talking shit by themselves. They gonna get that ass lit up if they was by them motherfucking selves. Because they scared. They scared of us. They're scared. Oh, I'm telling you now. Cut it the fuck out. The black person you see right now is not the same black person you saw in 1923. We a whole new breed, bitch. And we crazy as fuck.
Yeah, you're a whole new breed. You're a breed of freaking idiots. All right. I mean, you know what? This guy, he's talking about groups and everything like that. What about, I mean, has anybody heard of Black Lives Matter? Has anybody seen the riots in Baltimore or what's going on? And I mean, what do you got to say about it? Come on now. What do you got to say? What do you got to say?
Eric,
What?
you have to the Mixler stream, but you have no Mixler.
We have no sound on Mixler. Hold on. 1, 2. How's that? I think we're good now. You're so worried about Mixler. Nobody listens on Mixler. Who listens on Mixler? There ain't a damn freaking person on this planet that is listening to us besides you on Mixler.
Yeah, nigga, I'm a little bit busy.
You know
and
what?
I got time to listen on no damn
This ain't
Mixler.
1942, okay?
All right?
All right, this ain't-
Mixler my ass. I will burn the whole state of Delaware
This
down.
ain't Marconi on the first radio broadcast, okay? No, I'm kidding. So anyway,
But when you refer to crazy people like
Yeah.
that as them, but they're not
them.
just
I
them.
never. I'm.
They're us.
Who's us?
Him.
Who?
The lunatic you just had on the radio.
He's us.
He's us.
He's us.
He's part of your country, your America.
Not
It's-
mine, baby.
Oh, yes, yours.
Oh no, not
there
mine.
are two Americas.
No, there's one America, but I don't. He ain't allowed in my America. You can't make.
Wait, so there were two
Let me explain
Americas.
something to you, okay?
I'm trying to explain something to you.
You can't have America.
Don't be no damn
Let me
stupid
finish my
white man. I'm trying to
let
tell
me,
you
Let me
something.
explain
Let
something.
me school
no,
you,
let me
bitch.
school you. You can't have America without Eric in it.
We could try.
No, you can't because you got to have ERIC in the word.
No, then we're going to call it.
Americ. Get it? ERIC.
We're
Eric.
going to call it AMA.
What?
AMA.
AMA?
AMA. That's the country.
Let me tell you.
Welcome to the USA AMA. We ain't got no Eric.
American
That's going to
Medical-
be right on the flag.
Yeah,
We ain't
no
got
Eric.
no Eric.
No, this guy. When I saw that last night, and he, you know
Yeah.
what? But you got to see the the comments that come in after this. Let's see. There are a lot of racists in this country, and we have visual proof that there are minorities also. If blacks didn't act like animals, we wouldn't be afraid of them. It's not racism. Whites left the cities. It was safety. Hold on, I don't know what he was trying to say. Bring it, thug. This kid would shit himself coming into my area. I would like to find him on the street and let him see he ain't nothing but a punk bitch. All right. He's not going to see the next holiday. If he's lucky enough, he will see it from the Gray Bar Hotel. Let's see here. Anyway, I love this country, but I'm really. This is what Colton said. You ready? Colton. This is Colton. He said, I love this country, but I'm really starting to hate a lot of the people here. Not because of their race, sex, or religion, but due to so many people being ignorant, racist, uneducated pieces of shit. I fear for the bullshit that my son is being brought up in, not fearing that I will fail him, but that society will. I just want to let everybody know, because I know we have a bunch of new listeners out there this morning on the Comp and Calamity, No Holds Barred. No Holds Barred. Did I tell you it was No Holds Barred?
It is no holds barred.
No Holds Barred. I want to let you know that we are not regulated by the FCC, nor do we have a
Oh, it's barred.
Yeah.
That's what. I got into a cab last night. I
Yeah.
asked the guy to take me to No Holds Bar.
That's
He
a good
couldn't
idea.
find
You
it.
should start it. You should start a bar.
No Holds Bar.
But we are No Holds Bar, which means we say what we want to say. We are there for the people that are on the move. Those of you, I know that there are those of you that tell me now that you plug in your earphones and you listen to us on the trains. And you know what somebody told me the other day? They said, I was listening on the train on my way in for my commute. I do every morning. They told me this. And he said that what was happening was they were laughing so hard that people around them wanted to know what they were listening to. So when they told them what they were listening to, people started going to the website and started listening to us. So now they have actually like this club of people. They get together in this one car going into Penn from Ronkonkoma, and they get in the morning. They used to sit around and talk. Now they sit around and listen to us, and then they talk.
Actually, on the Huntington branch,
Yes.
they are
There's a tree-
broadcasting our show over the speakers in the cars.
There's a tree now there, Huntington Branch.
Oh, God.
Well, you said there's a branch. I'm trying to understand.
Bring Jay and Gina
They're in. I'm
Talk
in.
to them.
They're
Talk
in.
to
Hi,
them.
Gina. How are you? Good morning, Gina. How are you?
Good morning.
Hi, Jay. How are you?
Hello.
Okay, they're in now. What do you
Good.
want?
You guys listen
So
to
anyway,
them.
what'd you think, Gina? What'd you think of one of the Cosby kids there? What'd you think?
One of the cosmic kids.
Pencil head mother. Excuse me, I can't say that. I don't like people like that. Don't threaten my family. Don't threaten my neighborhood. You know. Go ahead. I'm sorry. What'd you think?
Say that this is not unusual.
Right.
He's stating sentiment that he's heard before.
Sentiment.
Yep, that he's heard before from other hate-filled people.
Right.
Racism isn't just white. Racism is black and white, and there's racists that are black and there's racists that are white. And until our country learns this, we're going to have a problem.
Right.
I'm tired of being that because I'm white, I must be a racist because I'm white. And I have an issue with that, and I really have a issue with white privilege. I'm poor. I'm a farmer's daughter from upstate New York, and we were poor. I'm still poor. So, as far as saying that my white privilege got me college, or my white privilege got me a better job, or my white privilege got me a better car, I drive a hoopty. I paid for
Whoa.
every bit of my college on my own.
You drive a what?
A hoopty.
Hoopty.
I
What is
drive
that,
an
who makes
older
that?
car.
Who makes that? Chevy?
Yeah.
And now the
You know,
2018 Chevrolet Oopty.
I don't have a big.
I have
I
a
don't
big. You
big
got to see mine. Mine's pretty big.
I don't have a big savings account. I don't have, so when someone says to me white privilege, I wonder if that's a fence somewhere and why I haven't found it yet.
White privilege. It's a fence somewhere? What do you
Joking.
mean? Oh, I'm trying to figure out what you meant by that. I'm just
By
asking.
the way, there's a message from Linda in stream saying, "Please tell Eric to call me."
Okay. All right, guys, talk for a second.
So, anyway,
No, I just think it's ridiculous. I think I want to know when people are going to. I thought this was over years ago with the equal rights. And, with my generation, we were the first generation to be made to have schools mainstreamed. They weren't separated anymore. And after the civil rights movement, and I just can't believe in our country that this is still such a huge issue.
I want to know what happened in the last 5 years that put a bug up somebody's ass. Because 5 years ago, maybe we weren't even accepting of it, but we were tolerant. What over the last 5 years where we've lost tolerance, lost respect, have this bug to all of a sudden start ripping down monuments, trying to change history, rioting with each other. I mean, before they built the Walmart Supercenter or the Walmart Distribution Center here in Clayton, Delaware, people protested, but they stayed on the street. They stayed, and I hate to even say this,
But it's a little different protesting a store coming in than it is protesting
political injustice.
again. Yes,
I get that. I understand that, but
fighting for social justice. Now, I personally don't believe in social justice. I think it's a key word for people to redistribute wealth. But that's just my opinion.
without picking a fight, how does social justice have to do with redistribution of wealth when people are, and this is just my understanding of it, so you'll have to explain this to me. When somebody commits a crime, they're automatically judged and prejudged in the court of public opinion before they even get a real criminal trial, and then you have people having eggs thrown at them and getting beat up in the street before they've even been proven guilty or not guilty. That's my understanding of social justice.
No, social justice in terms of the distribution of wealth, opportunities, and privilege within a society. That's what social justice is. That's the definition of social justice. And it is, I will repeat, it's a noun, and it's a justice in terms of the distribution of wealth, opportunities, and privilege within a society.
Gotcha.
Individuality gives way to the struggle for social justice is the sentence that they're using it in. But the word social justice in the It now means the distribution of wealth, opportunities, and privileges within a society so that everyone has the same amount of everything.
Gotcha. Okay.
What do you think, Jimmy? I want to hear his point of view.
Okay. We're always going to take, for every opinion any one of us has, there's always going to be an opposite side. It's human nature. It's the way we're put together. So we protest when we feel it necessary, when there is social injustice or inequality or racism or whatever we choose that day. We're human beings. We have a right to do that. We have a right to think independently. There are times that there is one voice of reason, even if we disagree with it, and 742,000 people following. So when you have riots in the street, I believe, again, for the most part, these are people that, in a sense, have been told what to feel, what to believe, and how to react to it. It happens. It's always going to happen. It is the way we are put together as human beings. It's the way we're hardwired. So there are always going to be people that find it necessary, and I'm not saying bad people, to find it necessary that if you say green, somebody's going to come along and for no other reason than there has to be a balance, someone's going to say red. They're going to argue about it or discuss it or come to a compromise or beat the living crap out of each other or kill each other over it. It is what we are as human beings. It's what we do with that, how we're put together as human beings, that there's the opportunity for us to rise above a little bit. We can discuss things. We can then discuss things loudly. Presumably, we manage to stop short of blowing each other's brains out. But there are times it escalates, and there are times that it gets stupid. It really does get stupid. Maybe we can do better. I don't know. Ripping down monuments, fine, rip them down. Protest in the streets.
But Jimmy, the thing is, okay, the thing I have an issue with is it's this no different than burning books. It's absolutely positively no different than burning books by eradicating these monuments in our history. It's part of our history. Like it or not, it happened. Like it or not, it's there. Like it or not, that's what's happening.
No,
So
I stop at the point of like it or not, it happens. Yes, it happens. Yes, there are statutes.
It did happen. It's
I
no
understand.
disputing it.
It did happen. And there is no erasing the history of it.
No, and we're supposed to learn from the history. So if you hide it and you take it down and you don't remember what happened, and we've already discussed the fact that kids are not learning real history.
Right.
They're learning a tainted view of history because of the educators and some other reasons, but we won't go into that. So what is a parent to do? I know I teach my granddaughter and I taught my daughter and the real history of the United States. And they go to school and they learn what they want them to learn. And then when they come home, we fill in the blanks.
You teach them the rest, yes. I think the only thing, honestly, Gina, I agree with you on the books.
A bunch of people that don't know what happened, and they're going to be doomed to repeat it. This is awful reminiscent of something that I don't even really think that people understand. They throw around the term Nazi really a lot.
I agree with that statement, Gina.
And they don't understand that what happened to the people that they were fighting and they were destroying. They tried to destroy a whole race of people. Mm-hmm. And for anyone to emulate that and for anyone to throw that term around as loosely as they do today, I'm sorry, I have an issue with that. And with this thing about people changing the definition of words that we have used for many years, for forever, and somebody comes in, a progressive or even a conservative, and decides that must be changed. I mean, for example, Gay marriage. I don't care who somebody marries. I don't really care. But when you have church groups that are saying their main objection to it is being allowed to change the definition of a word. That's what it comes down to. They don't want to change the definition of the word marriage. The definition of the word marriage was the union between a man and a woman for a long, long, long time. And there's a lot of people in the country that could care less who you sleep with or what you call yourselves to one another. They just didn't want the definition to be changed. So, the words have power. Words mean something. And when these people are continually blame and call each other Nazis or fascist or whatever, even socialists, that's an issue. That's something that, why call names? Why not talk about policy? Why not talk about the likeness that you have? Find the common ground. America, we quit trying to find common ground. And if, like you and I, Jimmy, we talk a lot about, we have different views, but we always find common ground in some way, shape, or form.
Well,
and then we
do,
build
Gina,
on that
but
common ground.
But we don't find it necessary to change each other's opinion. We do
No.
find common ground, yet we still hold strongly to our beliefs.
Exactly, but that's the point that I'm trying
The
to make.
biggest difference
When has
there
it
is that
become in America where you're either with me or you're against me? So if you don't agree with me, then you're a racist. If you don't agree with me, you are a Nazi. If you don't agree with me, you are a communist. That's the things that I think is wrong. The generalizing categories that we often place each other into, when it comes down to the fact that you need to find common ground, not division.
right. I can be a Jew and say I'm going out to have a beer with my Nazi friend, joking around. You're absolutely right. We can have different opinions. But somehow, somewhere, we are told that there need be some conflict there, as opposed to
but
just
that goes
different.
back to what I've talked about 100 times, and nobody listens, and that's fine. But you could look it up yourself. That is because of the plans that were drawn up in the late 60s, early 70s. Like, for example, Cloward and Piven. If you look at the Cloward and Piven plan, you can see everything that's happening today is following this by the book. They're going through everything down through it. And there's a lot of other people that have, Noam Chomsky.
Yes.
You
Okay.
know him.
Yep.
Okay. Things that he's written and the manuals that he's written, how to be the proper radical. There is already this literature and these books out there that are telling that gave you the blueprint of how to destroy America the way it was.
Gina,
And
way
this is,
before
if
anybody
you follow
wrote.
it, you can find. It doesn't take a genius. You don't have to be all that intelligent to follow the dialogue and see that this is connect the dots. And
All right,
see
you've had
that
your 30
this is
seconds.
happening.
Ding. We'll go to the opposite side now. But I still
I
say
actually have.
We don't care.
I could do now.
No, we don't care.
I can do things.
Stop
yeah,
it.
Go.
It's like the award show. You get like 30 seconds, then they play you off.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. I'm thinking
Right.
of when
Unless you're Beth Midler,
the
and then you-
presidential candidates were debating. and
unless
they-
you're Beth Midler, and then you say, "Turn that crap off."
Really?
And
Bite me, you
Okay,
a-hole.
I'll shut up now. So go
On
ahead.
on a good note,
Nobody
though,
was
Jimmy and
nobody.
Gina-
No, wait. Let me just clarify something. Nobody was asking you to shut up. We just want to move on.
Jim, I got it. So Jimmy, what were you saying?
All right. Let's.
That
do,
was me actually.
What were you saying, Jay?
I was saying on a really nice note yesterday, Gina and Jimmy did a fantastic show on Happy Hour on the return of Happy Hour yesterday.
you,
So
sir.
great job to you two.
Was she
Uh,
happy?
She was
For an
happy.
hour.
Yeah. Okay.
Literally, it was a great show yesterday.
Good. I'm glad. I'm very glad.
For the return of Happy Hour.
But she left. You guys left the Skype on that computer. So when you were trying to Skype in this morning, it was coming in over on the other computer and
I
not here.
didn't use Skype last night, so
Yes.
there was no Skype that I used on that computer.
No, nobody used
all
that
right.
computer
You
at
know
all
what?
last night.
I'm gonna take a break. All right, because I want to go to a break.
We were
All right,
hoping.
just
No, but I'm just saying you're saying that, and I'm telling you that we didn't use Skype on that computer, hon.
Well,
We used it here.
Well, it was coming in over there for some reason. So, and
Eric,
I don't use that computer. I'm never there. I'm never there. You know.
I understand what you're saying, Hannah, but I'm
Okay.
whatever. I didn't mean to argue. It's not an argument. I'm just saying we didn't use it there. We used it here.
Okay. Very good. All right, we'll be right back right after this. In 1949, at a small one-car garage on Bay Avenue in Patchogue, Gordon Derby started his family business. He built that business into one of the largest floor-covering retail stores in Nassau and Suffolk County. As a young boy, his son Fran would sweep and clean the showroom and warehouse floors until he was old enough to go out and install, which he did for 40 years. Now Fran oversees all aspects of this great business, from estimates to installation to waiting on customers. And if you ask Fran, he'll tell you he still sweeps and cleans the showroom and warehouse floors. So why not stop in at 1135 Station Road in Medford and browse for yourself their beautiful showroom and witness for yourself the dedicated service that is second to none. Derby Floors have been serving the Nassau and Suffolk County area with top quality floor coverings and installations for the past 70 years. They carry a full line of broadloom area rugs, vinyl laminate, and wood flooring with such brands as Armstrong, Mannington, IBC, Shawn, Mohawk, Krause, just to name a few. So stop in at 1135 Station Road in Medford, check out their newly renovated showroom, or give them a call at 631-286-2344. That's 631-286-2344. Derby Floors, for all of your flooring needs. 631-286-2344. 631-286-2344. Check them out online at www.derbyfloors.com. You can just kick back, relax, and let your creative spirit shine as Melissa Hinn instructs you step by step in the painting process. I'm not talking about painting a house. I'm not talking about painting a room. I'm talking about creating your own masterpiece. A bring your own refreshment event with locations in Miller Place and Belfort. You can check out the schedule of events by just going to our website at mhin, that's H-I-N, art.com. Click on the dates, purchase your tickets, and you're set. Or you can give her a call at 631-219-7107 and book your private event. Check out our website, mhin, H-I-N, art.com. Some of the paintings you're going to see are truly amazing. As a matter of fact, Melissa Hinn, as an artist, as a person, she's amazing. So check it out, mhinart.com. That's mhin, H-I-N, art.com, 631-219-7107. Let your creative process shine. Create your own masterpiece today.
Eric, what are you doing?
I'm taking care of this computer problem once and for all, Linda. Get out of the way.
Eric, put the chainsaw down, please.
Nope, Linda, I'm taking care of the computer problem once and for all.
Let's just call Computer LI.
How do I call Computer LI?
Well, let's call Carlos at 631-830-5164.
Which location? Is that the 157 Middle Country Road in Middle Island or the 1800 Middle Country Road in Center Reach?
We can call either one, Eric.
And what's that number again?
631-830-5164.
830-5164?
Yes.
Computer LI has grown to almost 70% in the last 5 years with more than 1,500 satisfied customers. Computer LI working on becoming the next best provider to offer computer repair services on Long Island. At Computer LI, they strive to deliver excellent service and great customer support and the best value.
631-830-5164.
What's that number again?
631-830-5164. Now put the chainsaw away, Eric.
Okay, Linda. For now, I'll put the chainsaw away and I'll call
Computer LI.
Hey guys, it's Martin, and I got something really important to say. You know I'm a kid, right? And let's face it, kids like to play in the basement, especially a finished basement. But let's stop and think for a minute. What if there was a fire? Have you ever seen those small basement windows? Geez, how is a kid supposed to get out of one of those? Not to mention a fireman get in. Now come on now. Let's stop and think for a second, because I have the solution. Long Island Egress Pros. They'll completely install 2 egress windows in your basement. Did you know that if you have a finished basement, by code, you gotta have egress windows? You want your family to be safe, don't you? I mean, just imagine, what if a cute kid like me couldn't get out of the basement? So do the right thing. Give Long Island Egress Pros a call at 516-224-7576. One more time, 516-224-7576. Egress Windows. It's not a luxury, it's a necessity. Like I always say, It's not rocket science, people. It's safety. Because the most important part of any escape plan is the way out. Don't forget to check out their website at www.egresspro.com. Tell them Martin sent you.
When you're looking for a plumbing and heating company here on Long Island, what are you looking for? Professionalism, efficiency, experience, price? Well, Eric Matthews Plumbing and Heating is all of those things combined and so much more. They offer 24-hour a day, 7-day a week, full service. 631-396-7424. 631-396-7424. Eric Matthews Plumbing and Heating. They are the largest Navy installer and service provider. They offer discounts for military, police, firemen, and ambulance volunteers. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, full service company. 631-396-7424. 631-396-7424. For all of your plumbing and heating needs. 631-396-7424. That's 631-396. Experience, price? Well, Eric Matthews Plumbing and Heating is all of those things combined and so much more. They offer 24-hour a day, 7-day a week, full service. 631-396-7424. 631-396-7424. Eric Matthews Plumbing and Heating. They are the largest Navy installer and service provider. They offer discounts for military, police, firemen, and ambulance volunteers. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, full service company. 631-396-7424. 631-396-7424. For all of your plumbing and heating needs. 631-396-7424. That's 631-396-7424. Call Eric Matthews Plumbing and Heating for your plumbing and heating needs today.
Jimmy, do you barbecue?
Yes,
You
I
do. You do. So do you barbecue all year round?
Yes. Oh, we do in the winter.
Yeah.
Well, I assume you're in the same boat. You have a gas barbecue?
Yes, and Linda has it hooked up directly to like a piped-in gas. We don't use the can type thing.
Really?
You don't
Yeah.
use the can?
We don't use the can.
In the winter? You
Don't
shit
be a wise
outside?
ass. Just answer the freaking question here,
Sorry.
all right? You're gonna be try to be
Yeah, I
political.
still have the charcoal Weber thingy.
Charcoal.
Yeah, but we never use it.
You
because,
use charcoal?
Well, we have.
What are
That's
you,
my
like,
point.
What are you, Fred Flintstone?
Listen to me.
What?
Wilbur!
What?
It is a great way to barbecue. I will never give up my gas grill.
Why
There
not?
is nothing like the convenience of walk outside and go, douche, and the fire is high.
Oh, I'm sorry. You what?
That sound again?
Yeah, please. If you would.
Douche.
Now,
Which actually is spelled the same as the French word for douche.
Douche.
But it is a different, it's a sound. It's douche.
is that what it is?
Well, what
Well,
does yours sound like?
I don't. Duh.
Duh.
You want to know? Well, I'll tell you what mine sounds like. Mine sounds
Okay,
like.
come
Mine sounds like. Let's see. What mine sounds like this.
That's only when you turn the gas on and forget it,
Yeah.
and then go out. Yeah,
But-
yeah. But go ahead.
But
But,
anyway, I
yes.
spoke to a woman by the name of Maria yesterday. Okay.
Maria, Maria.
I just met a girl named Maria,
And suddenly I found how wonderful a sound can be. Maria.
All right, that's enough.
That was actually the first Broadway show I ever saw.
My ears are bleeding.
I like to live in America. You
Okay,
like
by
to
me
live in America.
everything free in America. I like to go back to San Juan.
Yeah.
I know it.
All right. For those of you that don't know what the hell we're singing here, we're doing West Side Story. You know,
Come on,
do you know who was Maria? You remember the show Oz?
No,
You don't remember Oz on HBO?
no, I
There was
don't.
a show called. Well, then I can't. If you don't know what Oz is, then it don't matter what I'm telling. Anyway, for those of you that watch,
I remember
Oz,
HBO for I don't. No, I can't really.
you remember Joe Bolton on Channel
Watch
11.
TV.
Yeah. Well, anyway,
Joe?
He
the-
does
the-
not watch TV. Abigail watches TV. Jimmy does
Loud.
not.
the guy on the woman that played the nun on Oz was the one and the woman that played Maria in West Side Story.
Okay.
So I just wanted to bring that to your attention. Anyway,
Do you happen
so,
to know her name?
I'll look it up, but I don't remember right this
Okay,
second. So anyway, I was speaking to Maria yesterday, and she actually is a Long Island small business owner. She has a company known as Renew BBQ Cleaning. Okay, is that Melissa Hinn?
Yeah, I know it's some broad with paintings.
All right. So we have Melissa Hinn coming into the studio this morning. So we'll let Jimmy get her set up. Anyway, so yes, Maria has a company, a small business here in Long Island. It's called Renew BBQ Cleaning. She says, "Let us do your dirty work." And from looking at what she has the ability to be able to do, I asked her two questions. I said, number one, why? All right, and why? And she said, number one, to preserve your equipment, because let's face it, barbecue. Have you seen the price of barbecue grills lately? They're freaking crazy. It's crazy. So the so do that. And as far as health reasons, okay. So it's Renew BBQ Cleaning. Get your barbecue grill cleaned by our authorized technician. Her website is Renew, RENEW, cleaning.com. That's RENEW, cleaning.com. That's Renew, RENEW, cleaning.com. Or you can give her a call at 631-265-WASH, WASH, which is 631-265-9274, 631-265-9274. You know, Angels of Long Island, and, you know, I read off their website, but I'm going to say it right from the heart. Angels of Long Island is the organization that will help you when nobody else will. All right. They're trying very hard. Debbie Loesch and Brittany Loesch right now are trying very hard to get into the new building so that they can even do more to help Long Island. They've helped so many people on Long Island, it's not even funny. All right. And if you are in need, like let's say for right now, let's say you don't have school supplies for your children. Well, you can reach out to Angels of Long Island. Let's say you need something, you need food, you can reach out to Angels of Long Island. So Angels of Long Island, please, if you can give, please donate to Angels of Long Island. That's angelsoflongisland.com. And if you need help, reach out to Angels of Long Island, which is angelsoflongisland.com, please. Janet was trying to call in this morning, and I apologize. It was at that point in time that I had three different things going on. I apologize to you, Janet. I know you were trying to call in. I assume that she's still on the movie set.
I'm sure she is.
She is.
Today.
She's probably on the movie set, so that's why she is. She will probably not be in. But we do have.
I'm figuring if she's on, I got
Right.
1 day out of this movie, and she's been there for like a week and a half.
Right.
She's laying a little bit of some hot, dirty sex on somebody.
You
there.
think so? We have Melissa Hinn in the studio right now. Melissa's going to paint a picture of me totally in the nude, right, Melissa? Shake your head. She's shaking her head. No.
Have you taken leave of your senses?
What?
Show a little class.
What class do you want me to show? I gave up.
English.
I graduated from high school. a long
Third
time
grade,
ago.
Mrs. Mattio's class.
I had Mrs. Half, and she broke her leg playing golf. So then I had Mrs. Conley. Do you remember your school teachers' names?
Yes, I do.
Really? Well, you only had a one-room schoolhouse.
Stop now. Come
I
on.
hung out with Nellie.
We
Or
had the
all
same
mine
teacher for
also.
9 years.
I
What?
could tell you from second grade
Yeah.
all the way up to.
Yep.
Yes, I know.
I had-
You're
I
cheating.
only remember my AV Tech teacher's name in high school.
That's because you
and
never
he
went to
was-
school.
We have schools
When
here.
I
damn
grow
it.
up, I want to drive an ice cream truck.
I have a question for you
Sure,
guys.
go ahead.
Okay, I read a story about
Yes.
this police officer in Brooklyn
Right.
who he's close to retirement,
Mhm.
and he lost his job a year before her retirement for stealing $20.
Wow.
Now it was an integrity check that Internal Affairs has done,
Right.
and he stole the $20.
Okay.
He's now suing the city to be reinstated for that $20 because he doesn't feel that he thought it was a minor offense, and that he cannot believe that he's losing his whole career because of an integrity test that he failed. Now, I want to get your opinions. Do you think that this man should be allowed to collect his pension?
No.
Or
Wait.
do you believe that they did the right thing by doing the integrity test and this guy failing and stealing the $20?
All right. Let me.
You know what?
Go ahead, Jay.
It's funny you should say that because we are literally dealing with something very, very similar here in the state of Delaware. Our local police chief was just arrested over the weekend for DUI. So I do not think that he should have his job back. I do not think that he should have his pension.
All right.
Because if it was anybody else,
All
we
right.
would be arrested. We would lose our privilege to do whatever. We would be in jail,
because
lose our.
no. In today's world, with regards to DUIs and drug addiction, nobody loses anything. What happens is you go before the court, and
Right.
and what they do is they send you to programs and they try to help. So
Now,
let
see,
me,
this is what happened. The officer pulled over a drunk driver who turned out to be an undercover cop. According to court papers, he then rifled through the undercover's SUV and took the $20 from a roll of bills and the cup holder that totaled $55,
Okay.
according to the NYPD on the sting. He joined in 1998, and he claimed that he only counted the dough and that he didn't take anything.
let me just say this. Okay, let me just say this. First off, I would take a look at his history. If he's been on the job for 20 years, let's take a look at the man's history over the last 20 years.
Saying it's a long, embellished NYPD history filled with dozens of medals, including.
All right, there you go. So here's the thing: he pulls over an undercover cop, and he doesn't. I guess he doesn't realize it's an undercover cop. So I would have to stop and say that it's a possibility that the undercover cop is trying to do something to hurt him. Okay, and at this point, let's say, for instance, all right, if you're going to steal something, and if he was really going to steal, here's what I would question. If I was a jury on this one, I would say, okay, there's $50 there. Why didn't I take the whole 50?
Right. But I will say that they have said after that he had one report for attempting a bribe, and the department found in his first 4 years on the job, he faced 3 allegations for excessive force, abuse of authority, and offensive language towards
But there have
civil.
been, let me tell you something, there have been a lot of police officers, a lot of people in public and in the public with a public office that have done a lot worse and kept their job. But here's the thing, if he's at that close to retirement, okay, at that close to retirement, I would say they probably could have done something like, they could have said, all right, we're going to let you go now, take him off the force. But he worked.
No, they
made,
canned his ass. They
that-
were not. They're saying they're not. He's not getting any of his retirement. He was discharged. With I guess it's I don't know how they do it in the NYPD, but it's kind of like a dishonorable discharge.
Well, get this shit.
Don't pass go. Don't collect $2,000.
guess
We're
so.
taking everything from you.
But get this, right? Linda brought this to my attention the other day. The New York State court system's longtime communications chief, he was fired Thursday after telling a reporter. Now, here's what happened. He was talking to a reporter, or actually what happened was he pocket dialed, okay? And when he thought he hung up, he did not. So his entire 4-minute conversation was recorded. And the whole thing was that and he said this point blank, that he barely went to work at his $166,000 a year job. Okay,
Saw that.
Yeah, his firing came a day after the New York Post reported that he unwittingly dialed a reporter's voicemail, which captured him conversing with someone else and acknowledging that he was slouching at his office. He says, "I'm not doing anything. I barely show up to work." The 58-year-old had been planning to retire in October from his communications director's job. Instead, he was terminated. Now, they fired him. Okay,
Right.
They fired him, and he's still getting his pension. They say while there are occasional abuses of office, we take those abuses extremely seriously, and whenever we learn about them, we will always act to hold the offenders accountable. Now, here's the deal. It's like, for instance, they're so tight. New York State in general is so tight with trying to eliminate overtime and expenses and things like that. But yet you have a guy that's there, all right, as a communication for the entire court system for the state of New York, okay, making $166,000 a year. And he was never there. But yet I even said to her, I said, didn't anybody else know about this? And it was like, yeah, everybody knows about it. But no, okay, so if everybody knows about it, they still let it happen all these years. All right? This guy been with the court system since 96. He worked as a spokesperson for New York City's emergency medical service. That's how I know his name. What's his name? David Bookstead. I know this guy. He did work for the Associated Press. And his court system job ranged from explaining metal detector policy to helping. Bottom line is he wasn't there. He never showed up. He never worked Fridays. That's one thing I remember too. But yet he did this. He had a $166,000 job, and he never showed up. He's like Jimmy Jacobs, What? I'm sorry, what, Jim?
That was unnecessary.
What?
Uncalled for.
What?
What did you just say?
What did I say?
I'm sorry, nobody was paying attention.
Did I say something?
I'm sorry, I was talking to Melissa.
Melissa who?
Melissa Hinn.
Is that her?
That's him.
Really?
I mean Hinn.
Yeah.
I mean her.
What's she doing with these things in here? I thought she was coming in to paint the office.
Yeah, well, she's got a couple of rollers and pans.
She's going to paint the office?
Yeah.
What color you
And
like?
I'd like to say thank you guys for chiming in on that. I just wanted to get your opinions. I thought, I figured we'd have different opinions
He's-
about that.
Here's the thing. You stole $20, all right? I mean, you got to take it. Yes, did you
But
steal?
if it's during if internal affairs are doing an integrity test, that means that there's obviously something that has been in the wind.
Didn't.
You know what we'll do? Maybe what we'll do is we'll try to get Ed Munez to chime in on this one.
I would
to see
love
what-
to get Ed Munoz's opinion on this because I really don't know enough of the inner workings. I mean, I know a lot about it, but not enough of the inner workings with the internal affairs and the union and everything to find out what the real deal is on this. So that would be wonderful. I would
agree.
appreciate.
All right, so we'll work on that during one of the breaks. Before we get to Melissa Hinn, because I'm looking at these paintings here and they are amazing, and I really want to talk to her about this because I need to relax, and I think painting will help me relax.
Well,
but wait, there's a
I have suggested drugs. I don't know why you don't
we have a breaking story here that I need to report on. As you know, here the morning show is one to make sure that all the news is covered, that we cover all the news that's important, and that we bring to you the news that you need to hear. So I want to let everyone know, all right, that at currently, breaking news, ABC News is reporting that a constipated 49-year-old Lowland gorilla at the Topeka Zoo in Kansas is recovering after having surgery. Yes, the Topeka Capital Journal is reporting that zoo director Brendan Wiley has said that the procedure that Tiffany underwent on Wednesday went really well. Once again, a constipated 49-year-old Lowland gorilla.
And they allow you to walk the streets of America.
All right. When the Wiley says the best case scenario is that she will bounce back. Okay. If issues continue, test results will be reviewed to determine how to treat her constipation. All right. Why don't they just give the freaking gorilla some milk and magnesia and walk away? Or milk and magnesia? No, that's not for.
Almost said that shit doesn't work.
The zoo staff reported Friday that the gorilla wasn't acting like herself. How does a gorilla act? All right. Staff thought
Don't child no.
Staff said that they thought that the storm that was the previous night might have upset her, but over the following days she lost more of her. It sounds like Jimmy. She lost more of her appetite. All right.
How I wish.
And she was reluctant to eat.
No, that doesn't sound like me at all.
No, you eat?
Oh, I eat.
Yeah, do you eat?
Oh,
all right. So for those
well,
of
you've
you,
seen me naked.
once again, give me the news thing, please. Yes, a constipated 49-year-old gorilla at the Topeka Zoo is recovering after having surgery. News at 11.
Oi.
Anyway, so they went. Oh, speaking of oi, all
Yes.
right. No tie by Carrie today.
What?
What?
Partying with the boys in the backyard?
She's
again?
down south taking down statues.
What? Oh, figures.
Wow. Wow.
Sorry, Janet. If you want to call in again, hon, I'm sorry. I truly am sorry. All right.
I have a very strange story to share.
All right. Go ahead. Is it a quick one?
It is a quick one.
Is it going to insult our guest? Is she going to grab her paintings and run out the front door?
She might.
She hasn't done that already, then we're fine because you've already,
Yeah, no, we've done our job.
Wait a second. Now let me find out. Good morning, Melissa. How are you?
Good morning.
Have I alienated you?
No,
All right. You're ready? You know you're okay?
I'm good.
You find me attractive? No. Sorry, I was just checking.
Bam! Right
What?
there.
What?
Just right there.
I was just checking.
No hesitation whatsoever.
What? I see
No
her-
consideration of the fact that we have a guest.
I was seeing her
This
look-
is not about
She was
sex.
looking. She was looking at me, and I wanted to know if there was something that she was seeing that I wasn't. It was important
I
to me,
was
Don.
instructed by the great Janet
Yes.
to tell you that,
The great Janet.
oh,
What a-
Eric, that I will call him now
yeah.
with big letters, explanation points, very forceful. So
What do I-
answer your phone.
Why do I
Jan-
why do I
Oh,
picture like Janet behind the curtain? Going, like, who's coming in the house? Who's in now? Where are you going? Hey, what? Oh, the paintings? Yeah, we're actually gonna move the Mevo here. We're gonna move the Mevo out there in a second. Jay, do your story. Go ahead, and then we're gonna take a quick break, and then we're gonna go and we're gonna interview and talk to the wonderful Melissa Hinn here. So go ahead. So
You know it's supposed to take place on the 21st, right?
do I know what's supposed to take place on the 21st? The lunar eclipse you're talking about?
Correct.
Okay, go ahead.
and I can
Well,
see.
a West Coast man is looking for a partner in life and love, and most importantly, in producing a mystical eclipse baby destined to lead humanity in the golden age. And this is all because, according to the Argonian, so this is actually taking place in Oregon.
Right.
A personal ad was posted on the activity partners section of Craigslist from the San Francisco Bay Area, and the author claimed to be a 40-year-old European with a simple mission: creating the next level of human evolution during the total solar eclipse next week.
Right.
If that wasn't enough to attract all the ladies, he sweetened the deal with some questionable attitudes towards his heritage, his strong and pure heritage. His looks, instincts, knowledge, and his strength is 100% pure, 100% lethal. And these are all quotes from his Craigslist ad.
Sounds like me. You know, I want to say one thing because let me just do this. Let me just do this because she's in here, and I want to say something about that solar eclipse in a second. But what do you want, old woman? What's up, Janet? How are you? You knew I was talking to you, right? Huh?
Well, who else is old?
Yeah, I'm just
Besides
kidding.
Jimmy.
Are you hanging?
Oh,
are you-
thank you, dear.
Are you still hanging out?
It's been insane.
Oh, wait.
13-hour days.
She can't come in today because she's hanging out with Adam Sandler and Steve Buscemi
Yeah.
and doing the filming. I say, we have Janet's agent on the phone, live from London, England. Sir, are you there?
Yes, hello.
Hello,
Good
how are you?
afternoon, Mr. Koppelman?
Yes, we're trying to work on getting Janet back into the studio, but we seem to have a problem. Is her calendar occupied?
Excuse me, Eric, are you on the phone with Janet?
I am on the phone with
We're
Janet.
going to have to charge you for that, you know.
We have Janet's public relations.
We don't do free phone calls.
Oh, no free phone calls.
Janet does not give free phones.
She doesn't get free phone. We have Janet's public relations person. Aaron, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. I don't understand. Janet's a little old lady that's doing a movie. I'm a virile young man, and I can't find work. It sucks.
I have to live with mommy and daddy. Oh Lord, what do you want, Janet? I'm kidding.
I just want to let you know that I'm listening, and you guys are as crazy as ever, and I miss you and love you.
We love you
I'd
too.
stop in today, but I think I have a flat tire that I have to get air in, so I can go to the
That's
movie.
all right. Nobody invited you anyway.
Hello.
We don't pay union
Jimmy.
But I
scale.
have
Jimmy,
to tell you,
wait a second.
where they seated me
Yeah.
at the wedding thing, you know, they chop, you know how they do the movies, they chop and stuff.
Right.
My table is exactly right next to Adam Sandler's.
Ooh.
Oh,
And we
excuse
had
me.
said
Excuse
hello.
me.
Oh.
Jimmy, listen, I told you to flatten 2 tires, not just one. What the hell's
You're
wrong
going
with
to
you?
give Adam Sandler a little rub off under the table?
What's the
Why?
matter? You gonna give him a reading? Are you gonna be rich? No kidding.
No, but I've been giving out the WINY card.
Oh wow. Okay, now I
Good
love
move,
you.
babe.
Now I love you. So what do you? All right. So,
Okay, guys, I have to really get ready and go get this tire taken care of. I will see you Monday night.
right. We love you, Janet.
Love you and miss you
Take
all.
care. Have a good day.
Keep the craziness up because I love it.
We are. We're keeping it up. We're keeping it up. All right. So Melissa, how are you? Good
I'm
morning.
good. I'm good.
So why don't you? This is Melissa Hinn, and why don't you tell everybody what it is that you do? All right. Go ahead.
Well, I paint. I'm an artist. I always say artist is in me. It's been in me since the day I was born, I believe, and I just have a need to create.
Okay.
And I share that with other people.
Okay.
Eric, he has a need to procreate.
All right. Enough.
Got
So
kind children.
now, but the painting that you do, in other words, you've been an artist. You started painting on your own, okay, for your own personal,
Right.
for your own personal pleasure. But now you're able to share this with other people.
Yes.
And painting parties, so is that what we call it? Like a painting party?
Well, I call it painting nights.
Okay,
Yep.
painting nights have become very popular, especially here on Long Island. We're noticing there's a lot of them popping up. And what I see is I see people that have never picked up a brush before that all of a sudden become artists. What do you say about that?
I think it's fabulous because I truly believe there's art in everyone, and you've either tapped into it in one way or another, or you haven't. And if you
Okay.
can relax and
Now, what I want to do, I'm going to take 2 seconds here. I'm going to leave my chair and my microphone because I want to get her on so you guys can see what's going on out here. So talk amongst yourselves for a second, if you would. All right.
What is he doing?
He's coming out with the Mevo camera,
Oh,
and
gotcha.
I have the
From
stream
Facebook.
camera on Melissa's artwork, so when she gets over there,
Let me see what this camera looks like. There we go.
not only can we see the paintings, but we can check out Melissa. And in both cases.
So I want to introduce everybody to Melissa Hinn. So Melissa, why don't you tell us, how long have you been painting now? How long?
I went back to Stony Brook University and received my art degree about 12 years ago.
Okay.
And that's really when I started painting. Prior to that, I was a
Right.
pencil portrait artist for 10 years.
Define, what is a pencil portrait artist? You draw pencils and like pictures of pencil and things?
It's
Sorry, look at
basically-
Jimmy. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's fine.
Good.
It's black and white graphite.
Right. Oh, yeah, you use the little
on
graph,
paper.
right.
Yeah, so people used to send me their photographs, and I would make them into pencil portraits.
I have to show you. I had a dog named Damien for almost. He lived for 15 years, right? I got him in the divorce, and when Bobby, my daughter, was going to college, I gave her the dog to take with her. All right, and that dog became part like her and her fiance's kid. You know, that's how close they were. And somebody yesterday had Bobby went to the post office, and they had made a painting of Damien. And I'm going to show you this painting before you leave because it's. I mean, it's right on, and as an artist, I think you'll appreciate it. So I want to show you that before you leave, and I'll share that painting with of Damien on the Cop and Calamity page. I'll share it out there so you guys can see. But for right now, those of you that are watching on Facebook or listening on Facebook right now are seeing some of Melissa's work. I told you that my dad used to do is it Bob Ross?
Bob Ross, yeah.
And my father had, even before the Bob Ross thing was popular, my dad had his easel and his oil paints, and I can remember going to the store and watching him pick out the different paints. But my father would paint scenery, and he was good considering. You know, you would never expect that my dad, the electrician, had it in him to be able to paint, but he enjoyed painting. And then when Bob Ross, I can remember Bob Ross on the TV, you know, with the knife, the type of what is that? What kind is
It's
that?
called a palette knife.
But is that considered like a 3D painting, or because it seemed to come off the canvas a little bit, didn't it?
Yeah, I mean, there's more dimension
Right.
and texture. Hmm.
Gotcha. So why don't you, if you would, you can even describe now the one painting. Let's talk about each painting itself. What
Okay.
the painting in the metal frame in the back there? This one, yes. Tell us about that one, if you would.
Well, as artists, we always evolve into different styles. And so this big painting over here is one of my most recent contemporary styles. It's exhibited, this style is being exhibited at the White Room Gallery out in Bridgehampton and the Art Blend Gallery in Fort Lauderdale. They're looking for more contemporary stuff. And I just have loads of fun creating this.
All right. That's considered contemporary then?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Gotcha.
Abstract
All right.
expressionism.
How long did it take you to paint something like that?
You know what? It's a course of layering, and so you have to allow the layers to dry. So it's not one session, but it may be several hours over the course of a week, from start to finish.
One thing I am noticing in this, and correct me if I'm wrong, in this particular painting, I'm noticing like a continuous, like a pattern, if you want to call it that. So in other words, it wasn't just a matter of taking a paintbrush and splattering it on the page. I'm noticing like the color, I guess it's considered to be like a goldish color.
Yeah.
I'm noticing a pattern. And if you go around the entire painting, it's symmetrics, if you want to call it that. It's like it's there.
Yeah, some people have a thought process that an abstract or has to be completely no direction whatsoever.
Right.
But I think that color and composition, offer you the mood and the feel, and it's my goal is to get the viewer lost in my painting.
Right.
And so I have to direct it in some way. And yes, so there is probably a pattern in there. I have a throwing style. It's called throwed paint.
What's it called? I'm sorry. What's
Throwing.
the style? Throwing. Okay. Okay.
Throwing star, did you say?
No, throwing style.
Don't be a fool.
Throwing style.
Jesus,
I'm
I
sorry.
thought she was a ninja.
No, throwing style. It's a throwing style. Okay. All right. So that's called throwing style.
Right.
Okay.
And then the use of color,
Okay.
So what you were talking about is the composition, but the feel that I want you to, I can't control what my viewer, any viewer of any art is going to feel or think, because everybody's life experiences dictate how they experience what they see.
Right.
But I can try to use color and composition to direct you to feel something. It may not be exactly what I'm feeling while I'm creating the work or
Right.
what I want you to feel, but you're going to feel something. And if I've accomplished that in a painting, whether it's realism or abstract, then that's a great painting.
When you talk about your college degree, I gather with a degree in art, are they teaching you color design? Is there? I mean, in other words, a painting. If you're as a painter, you're being inspired from what you feel from within.
Right.
But is there a technique as far as applying paint to a canvas, something that can be learned from a book, or is it something more that an artist just feels and does?
Well, again, I said I think everybody has art within them, but if you haven't tapped into it, a book or some type of video instruction is a fabulous thing, or classes, obviously.
Right.
And they do teach it at school. But, at Stony Brook University, where I got my art degree, I also have an art degree, an art history degree. So you study all various forms of art. I think the combination of those things together really gives you a concept from start to finish, where we began, where we are now, and my style, in developing my own style. They don't specifically teach you how to apply the paint, but they do go over color theory and composition, which are two key factors in
That's
creating works
right.
of art.
What would you consider your style to? What do you classify your style as?
Well, I think it's abstract expressionism, because the application of the paint is expressing a feeling. The color concepts that I use, I most often use complementary colors that are opposite on the color wheel. You'll also often find complementary colors are used on sports teams because they stand out and they have a nice contrast back and forth. So I use that contrast in my work, just to create some type of feling or mood inside the
Gotcha.
piece itself.
How many paintings would you say that you've painted over the years?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I have no idea how many. I try to paint every day, if not, at least several times a week. My instruction, because I own a studio
Right.
in Miller Place right now,
Right.
a lot of my time is dedicated towards teaching others how to paint. And so I do struggle a little bit, trying to find the time to create my own works. When I do it, it's usually I have a week all to myself and just absolutely submerge myself in the art.
And so when you have that week, is the painting completed, or is it?
Yeah, and I don't work on one painting at a time. I
Oh,
work-
wow, that's, yeah,
Yeah, I'll do 4 or 5 all at the same time.
really.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was me when I was younger, like when I was dating. I was doing that with, So, no, I'm just kidding.
Don't you
And
have to leave
Did it
soon?
work?
Did it work?
Did it work for you?
Yeah, finally, after my third marriage, yeah, it worked really well. All right, so let's talk about the paintings again. Let's talk about the painting with the house, the water, and the
Okay.
boats upside down. Tell us about that one. if you
Sure,
will.
that's the Bellport dock.
Bellport dock. Okay, great.
Yeah,
gotcha.
that's where I grew up, in
Okay.
Bellport.
All right, which is your relation? Now, I guess you know Debbie Loesch.
Oh, yes.
Absolutely. I saw your paint. That's how we met.
Childhood friends,
There you go,
yes.
Debbie Loesch. Okay, Angels of Long Island. All right,
Angels
so
of
that's
Long Island.
Bellport dock. So tell us about that, if you would, a little bit.
Okay, so I let, if I'm going to paint something in realism, again, I'm going back to a mood. I'm trying to tell a story. So the story of this dock is, it matches the colors in the abstract pieces, which is why I bought it. It's got golds, it's got lavenders, it's got blue hues. I mean, hoop the dock. That's what we did, down in Bellport. You did it at all times of the day, all times of the night, and it's just a fond memory for everybody who grew up there. So it's nostalgia. That painting is all about nostalgia, and the sun is rising in that painting, and
Gotcha.
the gold is coming over. We love the water, we love the boats.
Clouds, to me, yeah, you know what? When you look at a painting like that, I could picture. To me, it gives me that, like a cool, it's like if I saw bright sunshine, like when I walked out of the house this morning, it wasn't really bright sunshine, but I felt that heat, that mugginess, that heat. When I look at this painting, a little bit cloudy, but yet the sun breaking through, I feel that cool breeze by the water. You know
For
what I'm
sure.
saying?
It's I'm sorry, I
Like
have to
it-
correct myself. It's
All
the
right.
sunset because of where the
Oh, it's sunset,
Yeah, the
okay.
sunset. But you're right with the coolness, because you'll notice there's no boats in the water.
Right.
So that means it's fall.
Now you see that exactly how she said that, and it's like there's no boats in the water. That's really true planning of a picture. It's like it's not somebody could say there's a boat in the water. So how you know what I'm saying? That I wouldn't even have thought that, but as an artist, I can see that makes a lot of sense. All right, the one below it to the one other painting there. Yes, that one. I got the camera on that one right now.
Okay.
All right, tell us about that.
So that's basically Fire Island. I'm very inspired by the Long Island, where I grew up, the Long Island landscapes.
Right.
I love the water. I find the water very peaceful, very calming. Again, I'm setting a mood. And so the colors that are used within there are just to offer a calm. This is actually one in a whole series that I did. It's probably the 4th one. And The Path to Enlightenment is So that's the thought process when you're
The
going.
path
The
to
walk on the
enlightenment.
beach.
Right.
The calm, the still, the peace that you would, there you'll notice
Now, you
again.
actually was
No
sta-
boats in that picture, no people in this picture.
You were standing on that when you were painting it. You were there.
I always start, I'll visit a place. If I don't have my paints with me, I take photographs to paint. I'm
Right.
not a photographer.
Right.
But I do take photographs to paint. I'm doing a plein air session over there in the next few weeks, in the
Okay.
fall, again.
Right.
And we will be painting this painting on the beach over there.
That painting.
That will be painting everybody has their own interpretation of that.
Right.
And we'll be painting that on the beach. Same spot where I took the photos to have that one painted.
You're going to see my painting and be like, wow, that's really nice stick figure, Eric. All right, seriously. All right, so let's talk about, now we have flowers. So let's talk about the flower, the blue sky and the flowers to the left. The one
Okay,
on-
so just quickly, this is the August paint night, the one that we just
Oh,
were discussing.
yes.
So I just painted that with a group of people last night,
Well, all right, then while let me just bring this to everybody's attention. You have paint nights.
painting nights.
Okay, and do people know what you're going to be, basically working on before they actually come, or is it something
Yes.
they go
No,
ahead.
we do. I set up a schedule. I choose one painting a month
Mm-hmm.
and then I paint it at various places with, different participants. I think that's easiest to do. Then I'm very familiar with instructing everybody on how to paint the painting. Obviously, I've created the painting so that people can paint it. It isn't necessarily the same quality of work as my professional paints because that would be unrealistic to
Right.
expect somebody who's never picked up a paintbrush. So I try to be really fair with what I'm offering for paint nights, and then I walk everybody through it step by step. So that painting was designed so that you can paint it.
Do I need to come to paint night with brushes and paints and a canvas?
Oh, great question, because no, everything's supplied for you. Bring yourself, bring a glass of wine or whatever your refreshment of choice is, and just have some fun.
Okay. And when is the next paint night?
August 24th at Cafe Costello's in Bellport.
Okay. And if I can't, so that's coming up real quick. And then what's the one after that, just in case?
The September schedule, I actually don't know the September dates
You'll
right
be able
now.
to know because we're going to keep, we'll hear us talking about it in the commercial and such like that.
If you hit the website, the
yeah.
whole schedule is up of the,
Give them your website address while we're on it.
okay, www.
Right.
M as in Melissa, Hin,
Right.
H-I-N, art, A-R-T.com.
Okay. All right. Now, back to the flowers. Let's talk about the flowers for a second. What gave you inspiration for flower painting?
Well, this is the fall, October painting night painting, and so I try to be themed. I think that's what participants are interested in when they're coming to. They want to display it on their wall, and so that's my goal. I don't want you to throw it in the garbage. I don't want you to put it behind the sofa or lean it up against the wall. I want you to be able to hang this on your wall. And so when I'm planning my events, I try to pick seasonal appropriate images to paint. And so I just painted that last week. And sunflowers, what's better than that? It gives you a nice fall feeling. And that's the October painting night painting.
What's the one that's coming up on August 24th? That's the sea painting.
That is, I'm calling that the seascape painting.
Seascape painting. Mm-hmm. All right. If somebody wants, you sell your paintings.
I do, yeah.
All right. So you have a studio. You have an art studio, I gather.
I exhibit through, as I said before, the White Room Gallery out in Bridgehampton and
Okay.
Art Blend Gallery in Fort Lauderdale presently. And then, yes, off of my website, my studio, I have my works there on display for people to purchase.
What if I came to you and I said I wanted a particular type of painting?
If you have a photograph or an image that you're interested in, you mean?
Right,
Yeah.
yes.
So that would be a commissioned piece, and
Right.
usually I take a deposit. We discuss sizing and, mood and color and really what you're looking for, and then I paint the painting for you.
Gotcha. All right. Well,
I'm sorry. Could you repeat the website again? This way I can add it to our streams.
Sure, www.m as in Melissa, Hin, H-I-N as in Nancy, art, A-R-T.com. When I hear you guys pronouncing it over the radio, I realize now that is a very difficult website to announce.
yeah. Can't you just do something?
I
like
know.
I was thinking of something like paint this.
Yeah.
Paintthis.com.
Yeah, that would
But
be
no,
much easier.
You're really, you are an amazing artist. I've seen your work hanging on Debbie's wall, which is what ignited this whole thing to begin with. And
Well, she's been absolutely fabulous.
She is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
she is.
angel painting that was done for her fundraiser.
her and I are lovers. We are. we look at you. No, we love to meet.
When did you go?
Well, let me
completely
finish
off
what
the
I was
track?
saying.
Oh yeah, please. Well,
All
try
right.
and stop him. Go
We
ahead.
lovers, we love to meet different people, okay? All you perverts with your mind out there,
Your
unbelievable.
point is.
So, what's in the future for Melissa Hinn? Where do you see yourself down the road here? Where would you like to see you as far as an artist and your galleries?
Well, I mean, my paints are now international, as they're being not only collected throughout the United States, but in the United Kingdom. I'm very fortunate to be able to travel with my husband to various places and meet with different galleries to promote my work. I mean, eventually, I think that the goal is to be a global artist, you know, to be in collections all over the world.
Good for
So,
you.
thank you.
Who's your favorite artist of all time?
You know, people ask me this all the time, and I have different periods of my life when I've been inspired by different artists. So I have to say I don't have a favorite artist, and
Okay, who's an inspiration to you?
Monet is a fabulous artist.
You know, Jimmy dated Monet.
Dick.
Stop it. All right. So I'm sorry. Monet is a fabulous artist. Go ahead.
Yes, and I visited his home, and you know, I think if you're gonna explore an artist, it's also important to be in their environment because it's just a tremendous experience, and you can see their inspiration. To walk the gardens, Monet's gardens, you know, which he set up just so he could paint, was just fabulous.
I could see Jimmy in a little French hat in front of an easel, going, you know, wee wee.
With a Jackson.
Going wee wee. Why did I know that was coming? Did I think
No,
perhaps
that's-
I will
Gina,
change?
would you like to say anything to Melissa? Anything you have to say with regards to her artwork? Are you there, Gina?
Yeah, I'm here.
Go ahead.
I'd like to welcome you to the morning show.
Thank you,
and I
Gina.
was curious as to what actually in your life started you to get into painting.
I've been an artist since the day I was born. I've explored so many different forms of art because I think art is in everything. I think it's in, you know, cooking. I think it's in decorating your home. I think it's in the way you get dressed and apply your makeup. I think that's all, you know, very creative. I went back to Stony Brook University, as I said, about 12 years ago to get the art degree, just because I didn't know how to focus on learning more. I had a need to learn more, a desire to learn and to improve and get better. And then even after that, I worked with many local artists in the area, in Setauket and Bellport, and those people were just truly inspiring and supportive, and that's really where I learned my trade, through them. I also became president of the North Shore Art Guild many years ago, and that put me in touch with hundreds of different artists and different display venues. And, you know, it's not all about painting a painting. You know, you really got to put yourself out there, and that's not always easy because these paintings are your babies. So, and you can see how people respond to them. You have to get over, some people are going to like certain things and they're not going to like others. And, you know, and then just try and have the self-confidence to deal with however people are going to respond.
If we could work it out sometime next month, would you be willing, and of course, there would, you know, we would pay for it, would you be willing to let us come in here and actually have us paint?
I think that would be a lot of fun.
Would you like to try that, Jim? What do you think?
Absolutely.
You know, I figure
I would try
we get a
that
couple
hard.
of canvases, and then I can show you. Everybody be going, "Wow, Eric, your painting is so much better than Melissa's."
Hey, that could happen. You never know.
Listen, I am an artiste, really. I paint Jimmy in the nude.
I think
Oh.
I think
like
I could do a
Seinfeld.
lot better if I paint stoned. I'm sure I would.
Yeah.
I'm almost certain.
Jimmy's
of
our
that.
ex-hippie. He really is. I know Jimmy's like 140. He really is. He hung out with
You
Moses.
look good. You look good.
Thank you very much.
See, she's already now. She's indoctrinated.
Let's
She's smiling, laughing, and
schmooze in on the
right
old
in
guy,
there.
right. Go ahead. You can pay, and you can pay me, and then you can paint. Go ahead, have a
No,
good
seriously,
time.
we want to set something up. Maybe,
That
and
would
what,
be a
what
lot
I'll
of
what I'll
fun.
put out there too is that if you are on Long Island here and you would like to be a part of that, all right, or even if you're in Connecticut or Delaware and you'd like to be a part of that, let us know. We'll have a morning thing. We'll take an hour or whatever, and we'll do a paint thing right here in the studio, and show our talent.
Sounds like fun.
I'll change my name to Eric Monet.
Oh, good God.
Yeah, and that's my. You know what? I can use that. I can use that.
Calamity and the Monet Show.
No, I could use that. No, it's It's like my rapper name, Monet, like money, Monet.
Oh, I like it.
More money, Monet. Get it? Word to your mother. So
Are
anyway.
you done, Caucasian
So
boy?
Melissa, what are your political opinions? No, I'm kidding.
Never share those.
Just kidding.
I
Just
learned a
kidding.
lesson.
So you live in Miller Place. You gonna vote for Frank Vetro?
Oh, no.
Kidding. Just messing. So anyway, listen, beautiful paintings. I actually really like the abstract type.
Thank you.
I really do. I really like the abstract. The paintings, the Bellport dock reminds me so much of paintings that's the type of painting initially that my dad would do. All right. My goodness.
Okay.
My goodness. That reminds me of my
My computer went a little nutty.
That's okay. That's the type of painting my dad would do. And what was my
And I'm looking at all the paintings and I'm going, the flowers, I think I could paint. Not that that's what I want to paint. I could paint that.
I got to tell you,
And then
I would,
I'm looking at
I
the
would
other ones
really,
going, I can't
I would
paint
like
that.
the sea scene. The Bellport dock would be too intricate to do for a beginner, but somebody like with the Fire Island scene, I think I can handle that.
Yeah, that's definitely manageable. That's a lot of fun because there's a lot of techniques that we're using in there too.
And you instruct on these techniques as I'm doing it.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're basically. So in other words, I have a blank.
What she does is she whacks you in the back of the head and
What
goes,
the hell?
that's not right,
Yeah,
stupid.
What are you
What's
doing
wrong
here?
with
That's
you?
a wow,
Idiot.
No.
It's always my goal to have everybody complete the painting on their own. But, I'm always cautious of people who might be getting upset because that's just not going to help you out,
Do you
and,
ever do you ever have a painting that you look at and you smile and go, "Wow, that's wonderful," and it really looks like crap?
when I say that? No. My students tell me.
Wow, that's really good.
No, Melissa has integrity and a cold,
My students
cold
tell
heart.
me that when I'm at a loss of what to say, I say, I didn't realize I did it. Well, that's interesting.
Oh, there you go.
Oh,
You know what? I used to have a girlfriend that said that.
Oh,
Sorry.
always going back to the girls.
Jay, what would you like to say to Melissa?
I just thank you for coming in and sharing your work with us. I mean, there's a lot of people who do things like this and who just kind of keep it really not secretive, but keep it to themselves because they don't think that it's good enough. So I want to let you know that I'm very honored that you are here and sharing this with us. So thank you.
Well, thank you.
Yes, thank you so very much for coming.
Thank you.
If
And
they
your
want-
artwork is fantastic.
Once
Thank
again, if they want to get a hold of you for the paint night coming up on the 24th, or if they want to check out your website, or they're interested in purchasing a painting, how do they do that? What's the best way to get a hold of you?
Either through the website or the studio telephone number is 631-219-7107.
Very good. Melissa Hinn, everybody. And this is not the end of Melissa Hinn. You will be seeing her again. We do want to bring her in. I want to bring her in. I want to make arrangements sometime next month to invite some of the listeners in to be able to do a painting right here in the studio. And, what we'll do is we'll do the morning show. We'll get involved in the painting, and then we'll leave people to still do painting as we're still doing the morning. You know what I'm saying? So it'll be like a morning show. You get this? Do you
can I
need
do flowers? Yeah. Come on, please. Can I do flowers?
Sure, Jimmy, you can do flowers.
Can I do a T-shirt with flowers?
I want to watch TV. I was like, one flew over the cuckoo's nest. I want to watch it. Anyway, all right. So we are Cop and
Calamity.
thank you, and we will be right back. Let me just see. Where is it here? We'll do this one first. Hold on. We will be right back right after this. You can just kick back, relax, and let your creative spirit shine as Melissa Hinn instructs you step by step in the painting process. I'm not talking about painting a house. I'm not talking about painting a room. I'm talking about creating your own masterpiece. A bring your own refreshment event with locations in Miller Place and Bellport. You can check out the schedule of events by just going to our website at mhin, that's H-I-N, art.com. Click on the dates, purchase your tickets, and you're set. Or you can give her a call at 631-219-7107 and book your private event. Check out our website, mhin, H-I-N-art.com. Some of the paintings you're going to see are truly amazing. As a matter of fact, Melissa Hinn, as an artist, as a person, she's amazing. So check it out, mhinart.com. That's mhin, H-I-N, art.com, 631-219-7107. Let your creative process shine. Create your own masterpiece today.
Hey guys, it's Martin, and I got something really important to say. I'm a kid, right? And let's face it, kids like to play in the basement, especially a finished basement. But let's stop and think for a minute. What if there was a fire? Have you ever seen those small basement windows? Geez, how is a kid supposed to get out of one of those? Not to mention, a fireman get in. Now come on now. Let's stop and think for a second, because I have the solution. Long Island Egress Pros. They'll completely install 2 egress windows in your basement. Did you know that if you have a finished basement by code, you gotta have egress windows. You want your family to be safe, don't you? I mean, just imagine, what if a cute kid like me couldn't get out of the basement? So do the right thing. Give Long Island Egress Pros a call at 516-224-7576. One more time, 516-224-7576. Egress windows. It's not a luxury, it's a necessity. Like I always say, it's not rocket science, people. It's safety. Because the most important part of any escape plan is the way out. Don't forget to check out their website at www.egresspro.com. Tell them Martin sent you.
In 1949, at a small one-car garage on Bay Avenue in Patchogue, Gordon Derby started his family business. He built that business into one of the largest floor-covering retail stores in Nassau and Suffolk County. As a young boy, his son Fran would sweep and clean the showroom and warehouse floors until he was old enough to go out and install, which he did for 40 years. Now Fran oversees all aspects of this great business, from estimates to installation to waiting on customers. And if you ask Fran, he'll tell you he still sweeps and cleans the showroom and warehouse floors. So why not stop in at 1135 Station Road in Medford and browse for yourself their beautiful showroom and witness for yourself the dedicated service that is second to none. Derby Floors have been serving the Nassau and Suffolk County area with top-quality floor coverings and installations for the past 70 years. They carry a full line of broadloom area rugs, vinyl laminate, and wood flooring with such brands as Armstrong, Mannington, IBC, Shawn, Mohawk Cross, just to name a few. So stop in at 1135 Station Road in Medford, check out their newly renovated showroom, or give them a call at 631-286-2344. That's 631-286-2344. Derby Floors, for all of your flooring needs. 631-286-2344. 631-286-2344. Check them out online at www.derbyfloors.com.
USA Radio News with Jason Wirt.
The world should know the United States and our allies are resolved to find you and bring you to justice.
Secretary of State Rex Tillerson talking to the terrorists who launched an attack in Barcelona today that has left a confirmed one person dead, at least 32 others injured. A reporter on the scene describes what he saw.
The vehicle stopped right in the middle of this iconic mural that's on the ground. Virtually every tourist in that area goes to that spot, and he drove right down the middle of the pedestrian mall, down the center.
Police have confirmed they have one person in custody in the terror attack. They say a second man is currently holding hostages inside a Turkish restaurant, and negotiations are ongoing. Secretary of State Tillerson telling reporters the military option not the preferred pathway on North Korea. Tillerson said U.S. efforts are focused on getting North Korea to engage in talks. USA Radio News. The latest jobless numbers are out. Here's correspondent Chris Barnes.
The Labor Department reporting that 232,000 Americans filed first-time claims for unemployment benefits last week, 12,000 fewer than the previous week's revised total. Economists had been expecting to see about 240,000 people filing first-time claims last week. The biggest jumps in claims were in Kansas, Missouri, and Pennsylvania. The states with the sharpest declines were California, Delaware, and Tennessee. I'm Chris Barnes.
Arizona Republican Senator John McCain defending his colleague Jeff Flake after harsh criticism from President Trump. Trump tweeted today that Senator Flake is weak and toxic. McCain fired off a tweet calling Flake a principled legislator who's always done what's right for Arizona. Republican Flake has been highly critical of Trump. He's up for re-election next year. Trump cheered a Republican primary challenge to Flake. McCain said his state needs Flake's leadership now more than ever. USA Radio News. White House Special Advisor Steve Bannon slamming white supremacists in an interview. Chris Barnes with more.
Steve Bannon calling white nationalists and so-called alt-right groups a collection of clowns and losers. Bannon tearing into people that he called ethno-nationalists in the interview published on Wednesday in a liberal magazine, American Prospect. While Bannon makes those comments now, when he was executive chair of Breitbart News before he joined the Trump campaign, he had described Breitbart as the platform of the alt-right. I'm Chris Barnes.
Vice President Mike Pence cutting short a trip to South America to return to Washington.
Vice President Mike Pence will return to Washington, D.C. so he can join the president for a meeting at Camp David. The discussion there is expected to cover the administration's South Asian policy, including the tensions with North Korea. In Chile, Pence said that he and the president have been clear on the tragedy in Charlottesville, Virginia this weekend that left one person dead. However, Trump has been widely criticized for blaming both sides for the violence at a white supremacist rally.
Pittsburgh is the home of the nation's best tippers. Square, the San Francisco-based credit card processing company, compiled a list of the top tipping cities. It says Pittsburgh patrons tip an average of more than 17%, 0.3% more than Phoenix, which took the number 2 spot. The national average is just below 16.5%. Get more news and analysis online at usaradio.com.
Good morning. This is the old man, and just in case you don't know, you're listening to Cop and Calamity, no holds barred internet radio, right here on WLINY in New York, all over the world. God bless.
We actually would like to go, excuse me, we'd like to go live now to Russia, where we have the assistant to Vladimir Putin, who is watching the show and would like to make comments with regards to Melissa's paintings. Yuri, are you there, Yuri?
I am here. I am thinking, Kappelman.
Yes, what are you thinking?
In former Soviet Union,
Yes.
we are trying to make plan now to have Melissa Hinn come to Russia, and we are going to paint.
Do you think she could paint the official portrait of Vladimir Putin?
You took the words right out of my mouth.
Really?
But
Yuri,
again,
what's up, Yuri?
Oh, it's Bill Clinton. Hey, Bill, how you doing, Bill? What's going on?
Do you know Yuri's last name?
What is Yuri's last name?
Asshole.
Oh, that's not nice.
Yuri asshole.
All right.
Sometimes you're very funny, Bill.
Bill, is Hillary there with you?
Yes.
Hillary?
Yes, I'm here.
Hi, Hillary. How are you this morning? What's going on, Hillary? How's
Oh,
everything?
I'm sorry. I was just destroying emails.
Wow. Okay. We crossed the line on that one.
It's crossing the line.
I'm kidding. I mean, that's all right. You know, for all of you for all of you Hillary supporters out there, to you. Okay, no, it's all right. Anyway, we're waiting on Frank Vetro to call in right now because I want to get an update of what happened the other day with the Board of Elections. Of course, you know the Suffolk County Board of Elections had taken Frank off the ballot. Here we go. Here we go. Those of you that know that they have taken Frank. What they had done is they disqualified, like I think it was like 500 signatures or something like that. He was traveling. He was out in Vegas. When he came back, they had restated all but 5. So live on the phone with me right now, Frank Vetro. Frank, how you doing? What's going on?
I'm doing good. How you doing, Eric? Thanks for having me.
No, thank you. Thank you for joining us. I know you're living the lifestyle of a politician right now. So when we last okay, hold on one second. When we last left you, you were at the Board of Elections. They had disqualified signatures, and you were in front of a Supreme Court justice, a judge. What happened? Can you tell us where are we at right now with the Frank Vetro campaign for legislature?
Yeah, so I was off the ballot. They knocked me off the ballot, the Board of Elections, who is run by the Democrats and Republicans, no conflict of interest there. So while I was in Vegas, I was actually wound up being a working vacation. I wound up breaking down all the signatures because I knew I had enough, and I knew I had qualifying signatures. So I got back late, like midnight on Monday, had to wake up early, go to court Tuesday. I was in court I was there from about 9:30. I left at just after 7 o'clock. I actually had a fundraiser that day, and I missed it.
Wait a second. You're saying
my own fundraiser.
You're saying
by the time I got there, everybody left.
7 o'clock. Wait, Frank. You were there till 7 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
Oh my God. All right. So go ahead.
What's that? 9.5 hours?
Oh my God. So go ahead. So what happened? Go ahead.
So we got in there, and I knew my signatures were good, and they did things. The people that objected to my signatures weren't even there. So the only people that were there was a judge and a few attorneys, county attorneys, Suffolk County attorneys, and then me and another attorney who was just helping me out, like just procedurally, but I had to do everything and know all the facts of the case and everything.
Gotcha. All right.
So I was there, and basically the Democrats and the Republicans got 2 bites of the apple. You get an opportunity to break down all the signatures. So they did that already and knocked me off. While we sat there, not only did I have to prove that their objections were wrong, but the judge looked at things that weren't even objected to. They tried everything in the book to knock me off the ballot.
Okay.
And I kept saying, Your Honor, that's not what they're objecting to. Didn't matter. And then you have attorneys saying, well, what if this happened? Well, hypothetically, this is a court of law. You don't deal with hypotheticals or what ifs.
Right.
But they were, and then the judge agreed with them. Okay, invalid. They're knocking signatures off left and right, Eric.
Give me a reason.
9-hour period.
Give me a reason why what was one of the reasons that they used to knock a signature off?
They said, for example, you know how sometimes when you write, let's say I'm not making this up. Let's say you're using a pen and it kind of, you know how the pen goes dead on you, so you keep scribbling to get it going again, and maybe you have to write over it. Like you make the letter A, or you write a number 7, then you go over it again.
Right.
They would say to me, well, why is this darker than the other side? And I said, because I
You there?
July, I was walking 7 miles sweating and using a pen that bled or went dead on me.
I know for a fact. I know for a fact that Frank went door to door. It wasn't that he was standing out in front of a supermarket. He went door to door in his area, and he was compiling signatures. All right. So go ahead, Frank. So what happened? You're there till you're all these.
So they would say, well, that there was an alteration made. And they'd say, okay, invalid. I said, where's the alteration? What did I alter it from? Does anybody know what I altered it from? Invalid. How can you say it's an alteration if you don't know what it was changed from or to? Like, where's the time? Like, these people don't know. There's no signature witnesses. It's just no good. There was one time, Eric, I'm not making this up, where they wanted to invalidate a signature of a Republican, a person who was qualified to sign my sheets. I can't say her name, but I'll say her first name, Leslie.
Okay.
And I said, Your Honor, I graduated with this woman. This attorney is telling me that this woman did not. They weren't there. I was the only one in the room that was actually there. I said, this woman she was on the board. They put her up on the screen, her name and signature. I said, the signature matches. She's a registered Republican in my district. I'm telling you, this attorney next to me happens to pick a name who I grew up with this girl since I was 10 years old. I could give you her maiden name. I could give you her phone number. I could call her right now.
Right.
And the attorney said, invalid. What? I'm not making this up.
Okay.
Like, they tried everything. And at the end of the day, 9 hours later, we got at 7 o'clock. I mean, I could go on for another hour of all the bogus objections that don't even count.
Right.
That are, like, illegal. You can't even object to some of these things.
Right.
And I still qualified. Clawing and scratching, I was so worn out.
But so you currently are on the ballot.
I'm on the ballot, yeah.
Okay. After all of that nonsense, do you think they'll do anything?
And in the meantime,
I just want to check. Hold on, Gina and Jay, are you still there? No, we lost Gina and Jay. Okay. We lost them. I don't know why. Something kicked out on Skype here. But anyway, all right. So go ahead. In the meantime, Frank, what were you going to say?
In the meantime, my opponents, my Republican opponent, who I'm going to primary, and my Democratic opponent, their signatures I could prove, and I invited them to speak out with me. We'll discuss it in a very respectful way. They won't take me up on my offer to go over their signatures. They don't qualify for the ballot. Their signatures are no good, and they know they're no good. They know it. But the Board of Elections, the Board of Elections would not let me challenge them.
You should invite them if they wish to. You should invite them to a debate. Let's do a debate.
Yeah, we'll do that too. Well, yeah, that too. They won't show up for that. I could almost guarantee. I could guarantee it, but I will.
Yeah.
But they don't even qualify to be on the ballot. Their signatures, for example, Sarah Ankers, the Democrat.
Right.
Sarah Ankers, she's the current legislator. So Sarah Ankers' signatures are no good. You're supposed to sign. That's a signature. You sign your name. Not all, but most of her signatures, are just printed.
Right.
Printed names. That's it. That's not allowed. That's their own rules. The Democrats are the ones who control the Board of Elections, and Republicans. Their rules, their own rules state you can't print your signature. They're all printed. Now these are current.
I just want to find Gina and Jay. Gina and Jay, are you still there now?
Yeah, we're back.
Oh, you're back. Good. Okay, good. All right. So you can't print the signature. All right. So when I was out there with you doing,
I want to ask
all right.
something about that. How are you supposed to write your signature when cursive writing has been stopped being taught in school? That doesn't make any sense. It sounds like they're trying to eliminate any and all possibilities to have you be able to run.
Now, Frank, you said the other day when we were out there, that you didn't want to. How can I say this? You didn't want to be like your opponents. But since you know that these signatures are not, why don't you challenge them? Why don't you fight back in that manner?
I tried. They wouldn't let me. They did not let me. What they said when I challenged them,
Yep.
they said that I filed my signatures too late. Now, they were saying that I should know when I filed it. Like the objector, that would be me basically, my side, who objected to their signatures, was supposed to know when to file specific objections. Now, I responded same day in court. I responded by saying, how am I supposed to know if the Board of Elections, who makes the rules, doesn't even know? Because there's two interpretations. One is that things are filed on the date they're mailed,
right,
on that postmark.
Okay.
The other interpretation is very vague. The other is that it's filed when the Board of Elections receives it and stamps it. How do you file something unless you have it in your hands? Right? So the Board of Elections' own employee on a sworn affidavit said that it was filed on a certain date upon receipt. And that was my argument. I said, Your Honor, it was filed, according to their own employee, they even admitted it wasn't filed until they received it. So they're saying that they're saying I'm wrong and I should have known that it was filed on another date when I know for a fact, and so does the Board of Elections, who admitted to it, that it was filed when they received it, not when it was mailed. But they were saying that because of I had the wrong date, I should have known better. But meanwhile, the Board of Elections doesn't know better, and it's their rule. And for that reason, I'm out. So I appealed and filed a lawsuit. I did everything right. They received the lawsuit. They admitted to receiving the lawsuit. And the judge said, even though they admitted to receiving the lawsuit, and even though they had the lawsuit and they were on notice, because I didn't use a piece of tape and tape it to the door
Right.
also,
Yep. Listen to this one.
I'm not allowed to sue. I'm not allowed to sue them. A 3-inch piece of tape. So, the merits of the case get lost, Eric. Because of all of that, they get to break their own rules, lie, cheat, and steal their way onto the ballot. See, the corruption starts before they even get in office.
Frank, what party are you representing?
Republican.
Now the thing is,
I'm going to primary for the Republican Party. I'm a registered Republican.
I want you to understand what
but
he
they
was.
endorsed somebody else.
I want you to understand what happened here. When he served his opponent, he literally certified mail. It was there. He did everything, and Frank, 11 years in a court
And
battle.
hand delivery, and also hand delivered. I did both.
Right, and he's been doing this for 11 years. All right, as far as a court battle goes. All right, so he knows. I mean, the man's almost ready to take the bar exam. All right, and what happened was here. All of a sudden, they came back and said, "I'm sorry, since you didn't tape it to the door, it's not valid." Now, who gets away with this crap? Who gets? I want you to stop and think. All you listeners out there, I want you to stop and think.
Elections.
Yeah, but I want you to stop
Those
and think.
people are appointed, correct, Frank?
Say that one more time. I'm sorry.
People on the Board of Elections in Suffolk County, aren't they appointed? There's there's no accountability. There's no checks and balances. They do pretty much what they want.
They do whatever they want, and because politicians play a role in electing judges, there you go. And so you have judges, and the politicians and the people who run the Board of Elections are politicians, and now I'm before a judge and the politicians who run the county, and it's little old me. So what do you think the odds are of me doing anything?
It gave him, and the judge probably had some favors, and okay. I just think it's a travesty that you had the right signatures and that the Board of Elections in Suffolk County are taking away your right to represent the people who wanted to vote for you.
Unbelievable.
I appreciate that. But we beat them. I'm on the ballot. Now I just got to win the primary. I made it there. So there was actually a sigh in the room. Like, there was a sigh. When the judge said I qualified,
Right.
after they tried everything to knock me off, there was a sigh. And I look around, I'm like, what's this sigh of, like, what is this about? Like, why are you all I'm doing is giving the people a choice. Doesn't mean I'm going to win. Let's just give them a choice on who to vote for instead of, there's a sign in the Board of Elections, and the first sentence on that sign says, vote, and the choice is yours. But really, it's vote, and the choice is yours, but they don't tell you that you're only going to choose the people that they give you a choice of choosing from.
Right. So you are on the
really
ballot
not your
now. You
choice.
are going to run for the primary, right, Frank?
Yes.
When is
yes.
and when the primary is when? When is the primary vote?
It's September 12th.
And
So
Yeah.
that, you know what I would say? I would be flattered and I'd keep doing what you're doing because they're obviously intimidated or afraid of you. That's why they're spending so much time and effort to try to destroy you.
I'm afraid of them.
I'm serious. The powers that be, both sides.
What's that, Frank?
They're actually doing a big spread on Sunday in Newsday.
About?
And what I'm going about the candidates, and they told me one of the things, and this is what I'm afraid of. Obviously, I'm not afraid of my side. I wrote a book about what happened to me when corruption destroyed my life.
They're going to try to make
and
you.
as
Yeah.
you know, Eric.
Yeah.
As you know, I talk about it all the time. Really, I don't mind it. It's not a secret. I like to talk about it, but I like to talk about it. I don't like when the media talks about it and twists it all up and gets it wrong.
Right. Right. Well,
That's what I don't
well,
like. So that's what I'm afraid of on Sunday. I don't hide the fact that I was arrested.
Right.
I think that's my strength. But that's when I tell the story the way it's supposed to be told, with all the truth and the facts. When the media does it, that's what I'm nervous about. So we'll have to see what comes out.
Well, the
in
bottom line,
Sunday's Newsday.
let me put it this way. The bottom line is if they come out with that and they try to say something about that, the fact that you're embroiled in a court battle with regards to corruption against these people in Suffolk County will be enough to go public to say, well, here's the deal. When you got, News 12 and Newsday and you're watching News 12 and the commercial is, yes, we're joined together with Newsday now to report the news as it should be. And yeah, okay. And when you got an organization where you have to, if you're not a subscriber to the cable channels that they have, you can't watch the news. That makes a lot of sense. You're supposed to be Long Island's news authority, but yet half of Long Island it's dealing with FiOS right now can't watch News 12. So, people out there, believe me, there's two sides to every story. So just be what you hear, know the facts before you actually make a decision. And I honestly believe with everything that's going on right now, we need a change here in Suffolk County because there is a lot of corruption. There is true.
Well, I would like to say, Frank, keep fighting. Don't ever quit fighting. And just let the people in your district know the real you and who you are, and you should work. It should, and let's hope that that's enough to have people voting for what you stand for, and hopefully the corruption will somewhat, it will put a dent in the corruption in Suffolk County.
Thanks, Frank.
I appreciate that. Thank you,
Frank.
Thank you.
All right. Frank, we'll talk to you soon, all right? Have a good weekend.
You
all
bet.
right?
Thanks, guys.
Bye-bye, Frank Vetcher, everybody.
Take care.
Thank you. All right.
Take care. Brush your hair.
Yep.
I feel bad for Frank. That's just crazy.
Yeah, they're driving him nuts. I'm surprised. I mean, with everything he's been through in his life, and now he said the other day when I was interviewing him, he said, I don't have a wife, I don't have kids. And one of the reasons of that is because of, the fact that what they did to him. He was the principal of the Hampton-based high school, a woman accused him of making rude phone calls. Phone calls. Are you talking a misdemeanor? The police chief basically, not the police chief, the district attorney's office, or was it the police? No, the chief actually accused him of being a terrorist at a news conference. It was in the This was news for the New York Times, but there's a book out there called Standing on Principle, which is in its second edition right now. And Frank said, if for whatever reason he believes that the corruption that has plagued his life so far continues to plague his life during the election, he stated the other day there'll be a third edition. And the book is out there. So if you really want to read the truth, this man has truly no reason to lie. He could have just dealt with the situation what it is and faded into the cracks. Now he's over at Hope House. He's he's talking to troubled youth, and he's doing a fabulous job with them. He's a good person. He's sometimes I want to smack him in the head, but but he's a good person, and he's on the right path as far as wanting to correct. And with Frank, how can I say this nicely? Frank's the type of person that really wants to be in control. Okay? So if he becomes a legislator, he's going to make sure that what his constituents are seeking
he'll make sure that it's known. I don't always agree, like when he locks the top lock when I ask him not to, you know. You know, or he breaks things.
Because he's a freaking Republican.
Or he
That's why.
breaks things in the studio. No, but he'll say it himself. He'll call me up and he'll say, "Oh my God, Eric, help!" When he's doing his radio show. "Oh my God, Eric, help me out." He goes, "Every time I step in here, something gets broken." You know. Well, the funniest thing was at Christmas time, like 2 days before Christmas, when he calls me up and says the board is smoking. And I was like, "Yeah, you know, the board's on fire." You know.
Is he smoking Newports or Marlboro
the board
Red?
is smoking. Good, pass it over here, board.
So what do you think of the morning show, Melissa? What do you think? Are we crazy or what?
Yeah, it's a good crazy.
Wait, let's do the morning show. Shut up, Melissa.
Yeah, who asked you?
Who asked you?
No, Melissa decided she was going to join us. All right, so what are we going to do, Jim? Well, there's no tie this morning.
Now what do we do?
There's no tie. You know, there's no tie. Well, let me see if I can find a trending tip. All right, let me see if I can find a trending tip.
Never mind.
I have a trending tip.
Ideas.
Let's see.
Do
you have a trending tip?
Actually, I do.
Ooh, Jimmy.
Wait, Jimmy, you want to read that thing first?
Jimmy's trending tips. Jimmy's trending tips. Go ahead. I'm
Yes,
sorry.
I have a new app for messaging. It's called Signal.
Okay.
And it is extremely...
You know, if you're better than Ty, we'll just have you do it every day.
Well, I'm thinking about
we will. You know,
very, very secure, and was very nice about it. And it is. It's way, way more secure than regular texting.
Okay, and it's called Signal.
Called Signal, and it also allows you to set a time after which... Now, I don't know if I like this, because I go back and reference old text messages. But don't be a dick.
Sorry.
It allows you to set a time after
Right.
which that text conversation disappears completely.
Right.
So if I'm making a drug deal or whatever, I make sure.
Look at Melissa.
Yeah, I know. Like, is he
Where did I get-
serious?
I said I would stay.
Should I
wanna
ask him
leave.
after the show if he can get me a baggie?
I can't go. I can't get out the door with my paintings fast enough. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. All right. So go ahead. So Signal. It's called Signal.
That's a big part of it, though. You can set it so the complete conversation disappears after 5 minutes, 2 hours, 3 days, whatever you choose.
Gotcha.
That's my trending tip of the day.
Okay.
Norman and I will be doing our show tonight. Oh, wait,
Can
no.
I say something?
No!
Go ahead. Say it.
Remember my cousin Sherry from Florida, the one who has the dance academy?
I don't know your cousin Sherry.
Eric.
I remember. Yes, I do. Okay.
Okay. She is listening and she wants to say hello to everybody. So, can we all say hello to Sherry? Hi, Sherry.
Okay, let's sing, Eric.
Hi,
Come on.
Sherry.
What are we singing?
Sherry, Sherry, baby, Sherry, Sherry, baby.
I got a name, Sherry, baby. She likes to
Come
lay
out
down on me.
tonight.
I'm pretty
Come
sure I
out
just Melissa mumblefucked
tonight.
this.
You're either trying to make a Marilyn Monroe sex robot.
Eric, you hear me?
What? I'm sorry. What?
I'm pretty sure I just heard Melissa mumblefuck this.
Watch him. Oh, now please. We gotta. You know, we have
She
a
wouldn't
guest.
mumble it,
We
she
have
would
we have a
paint it.
guest in the studio here. All right. What was it?
And?
Listen, you know this solar eclipse thing.
You told two federal marshals that you were a sexual dynamo. What does it mean telling Melissa anything?
It's true. You have
Yeah, but see, I don't have to tell
No
Melissa
lines,
that. I don't
no
have to tell
limits.
Melissa that I'm a sexual dynamo because I can tell by the way she's looking at me right now that she feels
God,
it.
will you
She
stop?
knows. She knows it. She's looking
She's
at me.
looking
He can
for a
read my
bucket
mind,
to
yeah.
hurl.
I can read. I'm reading her mind right now. Right
That's
now,
what I'm saying.
let me read your mind. Ready? Right
Okay,
now, you're
there you
looking
go.
at me, going,
Have a big-
"Why
I don't
didn't?"
know how
She's
you
looking
can
at me
walk-
right now. I want you all to know this. All right, and she's not embarrassed to say this because I'm going to say it for her. All right.
That's
But
funny. She's looking at you, but she has her hand
no,
in my
she's
lap.
looking at me.
Okay, behave.
She's
Oh!
looking. She's looking at me right now. Going. She's
Oh,
going.
man.
No. She's looking at me right now and going. Let me just phase in. Let me get into it here with her. She's thinking, God, I wish I would have met him before I met my husband. That's what she's saying right now.
You nailed it.
There you go.
That
See,
would make
now,
you one
wanna-
of 27,000 women so far that have said that.
I want to say,
Eric.
listen. So anyway, they got this solar eclipse thing going on, right? So yesterday, Linda calls me up, and yeah, Linda's the woman that works at my house, and Linda.
Oh, you are a dick.
Oh, did that just cost you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, she's busy right now making an arrest, so she can't be
Read that thing
listening.
I sent you.
What?
I sent Jimmy something.
Hold on one second.
Wait.
Hold on.
Wait a minute. Wait, hold on. Wait, hold on.
Hold on. So let me just finish this, all right? So, so she calls me up and she says, I want you to go to Huntington, and I want you to pick up. You okay, Melissa? You all right? Oh, okay. So she goes, I want you to go to Huntington, all right? And I want you to pick up these solar glasses. There's a woman there. Listen, they're selling these glasses that look like 3D glasses or like
Yes.
paper glasses type thing. They were selling. I was in anytime I walk into a 7-Eleven, there were boxes upon boxes upon boxes of them. As of right now, you can't find one pair of solar glasses on this island.
Check the
And
libraries.
a bunch of them have warnings labels that say that they will not. They're not responsible if it doesn't protect your eyes.
These are pretty good.
If
but
you go to NASA's website,
right, I see that. Yeah.
amongst others,
You're right.
they will tell you what the specs are. ISO, whatever it is.
I actually got that.
I got mine on Amazon.
Right.
But I did check again. They're completely out.
What
of
did you
them.
pay for yours, if I might ask?
I paid $17 for 5 pairs.
Okay, because this woman, what this woman did was she went out and she bought a box, I guess from 7-Eleven.
Yes.
Knowing that they were going to sell out.
Oh, okay.
So let's say you could
well,
buy them
it's
from
the
7. I think
American
they were
way.
selling them in 7-Eleven for like $2.39 or
Mhm.
something like that. She was selling them for $5 a pop.
Yeah.
Okay. She doubled her money, right? But you cannot find these solar glasses. I don't listen. To me, I'm not going to watch the solar eclipse. I have no desire to stare at the moon and the sun. I have no desire. There are people out there that want to. There are people that are going to, like here, if you go here, there's this thing, NASA is giving away free glasses at all of its events. Use this map to find out. And they got, they have all these different things. Let me see here. This one is the Liberty Science Center, which is in Jersey City. I don't see anything going on in the Long Island, New York area. But the bottom line is, you cannot. On the way back, I was on a mission. I was going to find, and here's the thing that really sucked, right? Linda gives me $20, and she says the woman's holding 4 pairs for us. Go get them. So I go all the way to Huntington.
You got $20. I got 1 extra pair.
Well, wait. So I
For
go
20.
all the way to Huntington, right by the Walt Whitman Mall. And this woman comes out, and she's got the 4 pair. I hand her the $20 bill, and she says, "Oh, and I needed 2 more because we had friends of ours that were asking for them." She goes, "Oh, these people didn't come to pick these up. I have 2 more." I had no cash on me. I don't carry cash. I'm like, I'm not running all the way back to Huntington, for a lousy pair of these glasses.
Well, you could have called me. I wouldn't have given
But I got to tell you,
anything.
right, I have 4 of them sitting in the front seat of my car. I guarantee that either tomorrow or Sunday, I can go out there, all right? I could go out there, and I will bet you that if I wanted to sell those glasses for $25 or $20 a piece, that somebody's going to buy them.
And only you would think that way. Don't you think I
But
took
the
the,
other thing-
extra 3 pairs, I gave them to my neighbor?
But what you should do, instead of buying these cheap-ass... Oh, by the way, there's a telephone number on there for the manufacturer who's out of business. They don't even exist.
I'm
at this
serious.
point.
Check
Yeah,
the specs
they
on
don't-
those things
I will. I'll check
before
them.
you use
Well,
them.
here's the deal, too. If you really, really want to see the eclipse and you really, really want to be safe, go to Home Depot and buy a pair of welder's glasses.
But like I said, is a way, if you look on Pinterest and type in how to make a solar eclipse viewer, you can do it all with stuff you have in your home, a shoebox and a mirror and a couple other things.
You can look at an image of it on the ground. You can take a fine mesh strainer and let the eclipse come through that, and you will
Like
see the
that,
image.
go to Pinterest and type in and search for a solar eclipse viewer, and they have all kinds of DIYs and directions on how to make one so that you can be safe.
Right. I'm like I said, I'm not going to stare at. I don't have. What time is this supposed to happen?
Oh, I don't know.
I haven't seen an exact time, but I know it's partial. It's only partial for us because it's going to be south of us in the North Carolina and South Carolina area. It's coming from Oregon, going across about mid-country.
I had a laugh yesterday. Somebody posted on Facebook. They said, "Dear God, if it's true that you really want us to impeach Donald Trump, make the moon go in front of the sun."
That's funny. I like that.
But anyway.
Just because they're saying he's going to be impeached doesn't mean he has to resign. Not every president that's been impeached
The question of the day is if Trump really resigns, or let's say he does decide he's had enough and he resigns, is it really going to change anything?
No, he's not going to resign. He'd be stupid to resign. And even if he gets, let's just say this is a big, huge if, but even if he gets, what is it called?
Impeached?
Impeached. That doesn't necessarily, thank you, Jimmy. That doesn't necessarily mean that he has to leave the White House, because we have other past presidents that were impeached and they never left the White House. So, and we have others that were and resigned. So I guess it's a matter of what they're going to do, but just because they impeach him doesn't necessarily mean he'll be removed from power.
No, I was just going to call the White House, but I just realized that Donald Trump is in the Trump Towers. He's not at the White House.
He's in the city. So
Yeah,
why don't we take
I
a
don't
run
even
into
know. What would I call the Trump Towers? I don't have his apartment number.
Dial 1-800-TRUMP.
I don't know. I was going to call the White House and ask for Donnie. See if he's there. His friends call him Donnie. What?
Did you guys? Do you guys watch Jimmy Kimmel?
No.
Is that on
Some
TV?
of us go to
No,
sleep
I-
at some of us go to sleep at a normal hour instead of staying up all
barely.
night long playing video
Big
games.
made a comment about Donald Trump and how to best deal with him. I think you guys might get a kick out of it. It's only 2 minutes. I want to share it with you.
Of course.
What we do in this situation, we negotiate, we make a deal. And I know this is going to sound nuts, but I have an idea, so hear me out on this. I think this could solve all our problems. We're all going to have to be on board with this. Instead of president, we make Donald Trump king. Okay? We make him the first king of America. Think about it. England has a queen. She lives in a palace. Everyone makes a big deal when she shows up. She has no power at all. In the morning, they put a crown on her head. She stands there and waves. She goes back to bed. That's it. If the queen were to walk out on her balcony and open her shirt, nothing over there would change. The queen could be completely bonkers. It would make no difference at all. She'd still be queen. It would still be fine. That's what we need to do with Donald Trump. We need to set him up in a castle, maybe in Florida, lead him to the top, and then lock the door to that castle forever.
You know what? I got to tell you, though, what gets me, and I'm going to say this, is that nobody ever said anything about Obama. Nobody would ever do anything about Obama. He didn't stand up for the police and, and all this other.
Excuse me.
Nobody ever said anything about the other. I mean, all of a sudden you got a
Are
president.
we only judging our current president by
Right.
the performance of past presidents?
No.
Okay, then don't make
No.
the comparison.
No, but
No, because you guys, because your side, Jimmy, if we're going to do this right, and
No,
I'm,
we're
I
not
yes, I
doing
said
this
your
right.
side.
We were not doing this. We were
Always
talking.
same
Go
thing.
right ahead.
Okay, then why did Obama blame everything on Bush?
Look,
Okay.
Melissa's sliding away. No.
What? Why did
Melissa's sliding further
Oh
away
yeah,
from
yeah.
Jimmy.
Melissa's working her way out the door. If she didn't have the paintings here, she would have.
Yes. Oh, yep. So, what were we talking about? Oh, yeah, Melissa's paintings.
We're talking
No.
about the solar eclipse.
Listen, the bottom line is what's so funny about peace, love, and understanding? I mean, there's so much crap going on in the world today, and so many. Like I said, I wrote a post this morning, and I said you can't erase history. I don't give a. You can take down every statue you want to take. You can't erase history. It is what it is. The best thing about history is that you can learn from mistakes and learn from history and be able to move forward and deal with it. But the bottom line is. This is the United States. This is the history of the United States. This is where we came from. But where are we today? The question is not about slavery. The question is not about some Supreme Court justice back in the 1800s that's having his statue removed because he upheld slavery. The question is, where are we at today? What are we doing today? What are we doing in today's United States that will make things better instead of worse? Instead of protesting in the streets, instead of busing in protesters that you're going to pay. You see people outside the Trump Towers that are on the news live at midnight holding signs and chanting. Don't you people have to go to work the next day? Don't you have families that maybe you should be home? Is your protesting truly helping or is it hurting?
Maybe they're getting paid to protest.
Maybe they are, maybe they're not. But the question I ask is what you're doing, and this is what, you watch the children, you watch kids, all right? And I'm going to talk about Martin in this case. Martin will watch a news report. He asked me the other day, he didn't understand. He said, what is a protester? I explained to him what a protester was. He said, why do they protest? I said, because they feel that it will make things better for them, or at least they'll have a voice. They'll be able to state how they feel and the way they're moving. But the bottom line is if it's not making things any better and it's just making things worse, I can't see, is this the, I mean, it's like Joe Dirt said, is this where you want to be when Jesus comes back? I mean, come on, folks, what the hell?
Imagine reference Joe Dirt.
Yeah, Joe Dirt, I mean, it's like, I can't,
I just don't see it.
Jesus will come back. You'll be selling
The
him
bottom
your
line,
solar
folks.
glasses.
The bottom line, folks, is whether we like it or we don't like it. Is Donald Trump is the president of the United States. He's in that office. He lives in that house. He has his finger on the button. He has a responsibility to the country to secure the safety and the integrity of the United States. Hopefully, he will do that. If you're not happy with the way he is, you have another election coming up. Vote him out. But what are we doing, folks? We're all out there making hell and doing all this stuff. I want to go to a painting class and just relax.
Then go.
I think the whole, instead of protesting, go to Melissa Sen painting class. That's it,
If
All right.
everybody who's protesting showed up at the one class that one night,
Yeah.
then Melissa's going to hunt you down.
Yep.
There's 212,000 people here,
I agree.
Compliment. What do I do?
Sherry says, this is the trouble. Whatever Obama's mentioned, someone tries to shut it down. He made many mistakes, and God forbid, I lost the thing. And where is she here? Oh, let me just see here. I want to read this. All right. And Jolene's in Florida. Ooh.
Yeah,
Ooh.
excuse us,
Oh,
Jolene.
excuse us. Excuse us. She's in Florida. Sends pictures eating at Bob Evans.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And doesn't
Very nice.
yeah.
Nice, Jolene.
Sherry says this is the trouble. Whenever Obama is mentioned, someone tries to shut it down. He made many mistakes, and God forbid he was accountable for them.
And the point is then what? We should accept current mistakes because a past president made mistakes, so it's okay? I don't understand why that keeps coming up.
What?
That's telling.
Because, no, what
that's
what-
telling.
what
Excuse me. No, shut the f
Comparison of
up.
what
That's
what
telling the
done
little
before,
kid.
Okay, you
oh,
never had
you,
a problem when
Gina.
Bob
Hold on. Let him
blamed
talk.
Bush
Gina, let him
for
talk. Let Jimmy talk. Go ahead.
Take
Jimmy.
a chill.
Go ahead.
That's
No, I'm not.
No, you're not.
Come on, Jim. Tell what-
This is why I don't like redheads.
Right.
Okay. I knew there was.
I was a
reason.
redhead.
I used to
Wanna
like
see?
redheads. Then
I'm
I met
still a little
Gina.
bit down there.
Don't you dare.
No, the bottom line is this. We're not comparing presidents, but the bottom line is the country never reacted. Look, when I have an ambassador dragged onto the street and killed in Benghazi, and the military is not anywhere to be found, and it's like there are so many things that were at fault with that administration, yet nobody said anything, nobody protested in the streets, nobody blamed anybody. All of a sudden, everybody's blaming it's getting out of hand, Jim. So what's the solution? What is the solution? We can sit here and argue about this until the cows come home. But what
But
is
they're
it?
also, this is how bad that it's gotten. Now they're saying from ANTIFA supporters are saying
Christy Beck, call in. Christy Beck, call in. Call in.
Mount Rushmore needs to be, we need to remove people from Mount Rushmore, George Washington and Jefferson, and because to help end white supremacy.
But again,
How is facing this monument going to end white supremacy? It's,
Gina, how does-
it's
Gina,
almost
how
as
does
bad. It's almost as bad as the Taliban blowing up those Buddha statues that had been there for millennia. This is just ridiculous, people.
But take that exact stance on any of the monuments that they've been trying to remove for the last week, 2 weeks, years. How does removing the monuments of General E. Lee or the monuments of whoever?
You're preaching to the choir, Jay. I don't believe they should be removed.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Like I said, you can't erase history. And what are you going to do? What are you going to not teach the kids about the Civil War? You're not going to teach the kids about the Civil War? Listen, when I was growing up, I'll give you this story, okay? When I was in 6th grade, we took a school trip to the Capitol into Washington, D.C. And the one thing I remember about it is being in the what do they call it, the tundra? The tundra of the Capitol building. And here's the thing about the Capitol building a lot of people don't know. There's a point when you walk into in the big circle or whatever you want, I guess it's called the tundra, right? Did you know that I could be standing on one spot in that particular room, and I could be talking and have a conversation with Jimmy Jacobs, a normal conversation, and someone else can be standing at another spot in that same room, and because of the way the building is built, I can hear their conversation. They actually had a way of being able to eavesdrop on conversations by way of, and a lot of people don't realize that exists, but they proved it to us as children. The one guy said, stand here, and he went way across the other side of the room, and he whispered, and we heard every word he said. Okay, now, but here's the thing. When I was there, they had scaffolding in front of everything that contained anything with regards to religion or God. Okay, seriously, this is a true story. They had scaffolding covering anything that had anything to do with the word God or religion. This was back in the 70s, 60s, 70s or 60s when I was a kid. It was grade school, I think it was, and elementary school. And I stood there, and the congressman was Otis Pike back in that point in time for Long Island, and he was discussing it with the teacher.
and there was a guide there, and the guide said, the man that was handling the tour said that there is nothing being painted. There's nothing being fixed. They haven't worked ever. They just set up the scaffolding to block this.
Really?
Yeah. True story. I remember that. I don't remember anything else about that trip. I can't tell you the ride there. I can't tell you the ride back. I can't tell you traveling around Washington, D.C. But the one thing I do remember is that man, and I looked at that scaffolding, and it's true. Everything with regards to anything with, even there's a portrait of Christopher Columbus, and they covered that up. Yeah. Anyway, so the bottom line is there are people out there that don't agree with the way things are going in today's world, me being one of them. But if you're not going to be part of the solution, then why become part of the problem? That's what I'm saying, So anyway, so Christy Beck joined us out there. Valerie Caggiano out there. And where is Valerie? Valerie is the wife of Jimmy, who was my drummer when I was in a band when I was like 13 or 14 years old. She's another woman that is madly in love with me and would love nothing more than for me to come and sweep her off her feet. But I can't, Valerie, because it's like what you can do if you want. There's you can send an email to I want to be with Eric at gmail.com. I'm just kidding. I'm messing. Boy, Jimmy looks really upset right now. Are you really upset, Jimmy?
Oh, I'm fine.
Are you? Do you need
I was much better not listening to all of the bullshit, but I'm fine.
You're okay. Well, but what is it bullshit? We're just talking. We're just having a normal conversation between friends.
Yes.
Isn't that right, Gina? Friends, right? We're just having a normal conversation. There you go. Anyway, let's see. I know, Valerie. I know. So anyway, all right. What time is it? 9:52. What do you got, Jim? Anything?
No.
Anything? Nothing?
Stress. I have stress.
Jimmy, you don't have that thing I sent you?
What thing did
Wait
you
a
send
minute.
him?
I left the skylight open upstairs last night.
What'd you do?
And the rain came in. It was Abigail.
By the
let
way,
me know that.
I just want to let you know that comment I made before, where I said my wife works there at the house.
Yes.
She somehow it came across where I said something like my wife just lives there. Okay, I didn't say lives there. I said Linda works at the house. I was saying it to be funny and at the same time to say that she does a lot of work around the house. I got in trouble for that. I just got a text message. She's pissed at me. I don't know why. She's having a bad morning, I guess, or something like that, so she's pissed at me right now.
Because you know the way it is.
What's
Linda
today's?
does
Oh, wait a
not
minute.
have to defend herself.
Wait a minute. Oh,
our listeners.
hold on a second.
Go ahead.
Wait, Linda, if you're listening, today is the 18th. Let me just check. Hold on.
What is it, your anniversary?
No. Linda's birthday is Monday, though. It is, yes. But see
Linda's
here,
birthday is the 21st.
let me just check here. I don't. No,
Come on.
Lynn, I'm sorry.
What'd you do?
I'm booked today. I'm not scheduled to argue with my wife until tomorrow at 2. Now, I might be able to reschedule something today to be able to. No, can't do it. I got a full day.
You are such a dick.
I'm scheduled. Let's see. Sunday morning, I have 9 o'clock Sunday morning. Linda yelling at me, and 10 o'clock.
And at 6 o'clock Monday morning, you better show up with flowers.
10:30, I have me storming out of the house, screaming, "I'm out of here!" So I'm pretty well booked up today, but I appreciate the opportunity to be able to argue today, but I'm just can't do it. I'm booked. I'm sorry. I apologize. Is your schedule open? Maybe Linda can yell at you today.
Oh, I'm fine with that.
You
can? Ask her to give me a call.
What
Anytime,
time?
I'm free.
Have her people call your people?
I don't have people.
Yes, you do.
I have dogs.
Do you?
All right, so have her people
Jimmy,
call my dog.
Jimmy is a dog lover, I've heard.
Shut up.
Right. That's right. Casey threw up last night.
That's special.
The dog. I come downstairs, and at night it's like 11 o'clock at night, and the dog's going. Blah, blah, blah. The whole body's like going in convulsions.
That's the one. Do you want me to do my imitation?
Can you do that for me? I would love to see. Yeah,
but I might throw up.
You should bring the dogs into the studio one day.
Oh, you know what?
We can bring your dog to work day. We can do that. Bring your dog to work.
All right, let's do it. Not Shaggy.
If you don't have any dogs or children,
you got a dog named? You got a dog named Shaggy? You couldn't think of anything else more original than Shaggy?
Well, because the dog before that was Scooby.
Well, what happened to Scooby? What did you do to Scooby?
The funny thing about Shaggy is when he was rescued, they gave him the name Fred.
Now that's a name for a dog.
Now that we have a female dog, we did consider Velma.
What?
The cartoon, Eric.
Who's Velma?
Scooby-Doo. The cartoon. You don't remember Scooby-Doo?
Oh, no, the girl with the glasses?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are
And
you?
the only reason he didn't name her Daphne was because it's too many syllables.
He probably couldn't spell it.
Well, I couldn't spell it right. There is no F.
You know, we went to Universal Studios one day, and I had Martin in the stroller,
Yes.
right? And the Scooby-Doo van pulls up, okay? And the sliding door on the van opens up. Martin is strapped into his stroller, and all of a sudden, Shaggy jumps out.
Yeah.
A real person, looks like Shaggy,
Yeah.
jumps out, followed by a 6'4" tall Scooby-Doo, who jumps out of this van and comes running up to the stroller. Well, let's just say that the straps on the stroller kind of were broken.
Yeah.
All right? He got out of that seat, crawled up the stroller, and it was like around his legs and hands and everything were wrapped around my face. All right, I'm telling. It's like all my kids. We had that with Martin, with Brian. It's similar, something similar, and with Dakota. Right, we were at Walt Disney World, real quick, and we're all the way in the front. And Donald Duck and Mickey Mouse, right, and everybody's there doing their thing, and they're all dancing. Right in the front. I got all the way to the front, all through these people. Right, all of a sudden, the Wicked Witch appeared. Smoke, and the Wicked Witch comes out. Well, the Wicked Witch, when she got on stage, she was like, it was like right in Dakota's face. That's how close we were, right? That kid cleared that. She cleared that like a football field. She turned around with her hand up in the air. It was like Moses parting the Red Sea. As she's running through the crowd, screaming, "Mom!" Right, and I mean, people were just like parting like that. I'll never forget that.
I have to yell at Jimmy.
Okay. Well, Jimmy's been yelled at enough this morning. He's upset.
No, actually, he deserves this one. I got a phone call from my brother.
Yeah.
The other day, I passed the phone around the house. Steffi says hello.
Right.
Trini says hello. Tristan says hello. And then Tristan says, "Hey, Uncle Jerry." I said, "No, dude, that's Jerry, not Jimmy."
Ah. All right. Well,
Jerk.
listen, it's Friday. It's Friday. It's cloudy again. I hate this Long Island weather. One day it's nice. One day it's rainy. One day it's nice. One day it's rainy. But anyway, so
Why would you think that's only Long Island?
There's weather other places.
Yeah, there are places that have rain.
I guess
in the
it
Midwest.
does. It's weather or not. You know.
You're so dumb.
Whether or not we're together, together we'll see it much better.
The Rascals.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. I was upset.
Felix Cavalieri.
I was very upset with Felix Cavalieri the other
Why
night.
is that?
I was. He was on the Beatles channel, and he was speaking. You know, of course, a lot of people don't know that the Beatles and the Rascals actually were over in England, I guess, and saw the Beatles before they were actually popular.
Okay.
His opinion of the Beatles were they were really great singing artists, but they weren't that great as musicians at that point in time, which is not what got me upset. What got me upset was, those of you know, I know Gene Cornish from the Rascals. Gene had a very, very part in like the Groovin' song with regards to the harmonica and everything like that. He was a very big part of the Rascals. It seems that Cavalieri doesn't give credit to the other Rascals that much. And talking about the song Groovin', he more was focusing on himself and his days with Ringo's All-Star Band, all right, and actually playing the song Groovin' from the All-Star Band when, as far as I'm concerned, Groovin' is Cornish. You know, Gene Cornish was, the bassist behind that. And if you listen to Gene now, and seeing, being there with Gene and seeing him do that, with Groovin', or, they do, "How Can I Be Sure?" That type of thing. The Rascals were, I don't know. I would think that Felix Cavalieri should get more credit. He's traveling around now. It's not just the Rascals. And this is what I was told yesterday. He's traveling around right now with Felix Cavalieri's Rascals. But I was being told that that's coming off, and it's going to be the Rascals. Somebody told me yesterday, who's very close, one of my friends, I call him Boner, okay, told me that these guys they're not very nice to each other. They never, like Eddie, the one guy, Eddie, he's doing like bar stuff, or lounge singing, if you want to call it that. And he will not say the word Rascals on stage. It's a shame. When you have something like that, even after all these years, you're part of musical history.
Anyway, flash flood warning.
Yeah, I just saw that.
Emergency alert for Long Island, just so you know here. Let's just get this out here, all right? If you're carrying paintings, do not take them outside. No,
If you're Gina, go, ha ha, I don't live on Long Island anymore.
You have Long Island is a flash flood warning in this area until 11 a.m. this morning. Avoid flood areas. How do you know if it's a flood area until it floods?
Well, that's
Until you get there.
Unbelievable. All right, we do this at the end of the show. What we do, Melissa, is we say parting thoughts. So you have the moment right now. What would you like to say to all the listeners out there? Go ahead, Melissa. Anything you want to say? Anything. Go ahead.
Come to
That's enough, Melissa. No, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Come to painting nights. Join me, relax, and hopefully just kick back and have a good time.
There you go. There you go. See that? And once again, give them your contact information.
Telephone number is 631-219-7107. Website is www.m as in Melissa, hin, H-I-N as in Nancy, art, A-R-T.com, mhinart.com.
C as in cat, O as in Oscar, M as in Mary, com.
Oh.
See that? I just had to throw that in.
Oh.
All right. You can't pound. All right. Jimmy Jacobs. It is the man of the hour. All right, Jimmy Jacobs.
Dudes, it's the weekend. It's party time. It starts now. Now.
That's my pic. I just took a picture.
Listen
I
to
took
me.
your picture, Mama. Anyway, all right.
Did you really?
No, go ahead. I'm just kidding. Go
Thank
ahead.
you, Eric.
You're welcome,
Gina,
Jimmy. You're
Jace,
welcome.
thank
You are
you,
welcome,
Melissa,
Jimmy.
for
You
coming
are
and
so
playing.
welcome, Jimmy. Thank you.
You can't shut up. I'm going to come over there. I'm going to rub my bare ass on that window.
You know what I need? I need Father O'Malley.
Well, you know, Eric, it's the weekend, and
Yes,
you can do whatever you like
Yes,
to do.
I can, Father.
Just remember, the
Yeah.
Lord's watching.
Okay.
Watch where you put your hands.
All right, yeah.
And your ass better be in church on Sunday.
And we also want to hear real quick from Rabbi Berkowitz. Rabbi, are you there?
It's Erev Shabbos, the night's Friday night.
Yeah.
Light a candle, do
Yeah.
what you got to do.
All right.
You spend maybe a half hour, 45 minutes in shul tomorrow. Put on a talus, a yarmulke. After that, it's party time.
All right.
Light up a fat one.
And of course, real quick to Brooklyn, we go for Vito. Is it Vito or Vinny?
Whatever you want it to be. You call me whatever you want to call me.
What's it going to be?
You know what you call me? Jerk off. Call me sir.
Sir, I'll
All
call you
right?
sir. Yes, okay,
And
sir.
You know what goes on the weekend? in
What goes on the
Brooklyn,
weekend?
All right.
Yeah, all right.
I'll take care of business for everybody. You come and see Uncle Vinny.
Yeah.
Everything is going to be fine.
All right. And
You
one
got
more.
that?
Hey, I got it. And one
Did
more.
I tell you I'm done?
And from the other side of Brooklyn, Latrell. Are you there, Latrell?
What's up, dude? What's going down?
What's up, Latrell? How you doing?
Some shit going down on party time in the hood.
You watching the show this morning? You see Melissa here? You see her?
Yeah, I'd say you're good looking for a white girl.
There you go. All right. Jimmy, party thoughts if you would.
Yeah, everybody be safe. It's the weekend. You know it's going to be crazy, but let's all have a good time. What the frig?
Starting my
Let's have a wonderful
I'm
weekend.
going to start my Christmas shopping.
You're a strange man, Eric.
Why? It's August before school, isn't it? Time? Isn't it time to start Christmas shopping? There'll be
It's
Christmas
time to
cards.
stop
There'll be Christmas
stuttering.
cards in the mall. Watch, I guarantee it.
Oh, yeah,
Santa,
they probably will.
Santa
You're
Claus is
right.
there on July 4th. You know.
Santa Claus.
Jay, parting thoughts if you would, please.
Thank you all for joining us, Melissa. Thank you, Frank. Thanks for calling for the update. Ty, sorry we missed you today. Hope everything's going well. Gina, Jimmy, Eric, love you guys. And if you missed any part of the show, check us out on iTunes, iHeartRadio, Podbean, Podsnack, Mixler, Spreaker, and of course on the website at www.wlany.com, as well as copandcalamity.com. It's the weekend, guys. Enjoy, take care, have fun, and we'll see you all on Monday.
Can you guys do me a favor? Go on camera so Melissa can see you guys if you would.
As long as you don't laugh at my shirt.
I won't laugh at anything. If you can go on camera, turn around,
You need to
Melissa.
turn around to look at the reflection.
Can you see?
Oh, okay, yep.
There's Jay.
Jay,
Say hi-
go ahead. Pull your shirt up, stupid.
The bomb pop. Oh, and there's Gina. Hi, Gina. There's Gina. So there they are. Okay. And Gina, parting thoughts if you would, please.
Oh, I'd like to thank Melissa for coming in today. It was very nice having you in the studio and having you on the morning show. Jimmy and Jay, thank you guys, and Eric too. But thank you yesterday for Jay for helping us with the happy hour show, getting all the technical things set up. Thank you so much. And Jimmy, it was a kick-ass show. Thank you so much. It's
Thank
fun
you,
working
Gina.
with you. And Eric, as always, thank you very much. If it wasn't for you, we wouldn't be here. So thank you very much. Have a great weekend, everybody, and we'll see you soon.
All right. Here's the deal, folks. Thank you. Thank you for listening to us. Thank you for putting up with all of our nonsense. Everybody is entitled to their opinion. And that's the beautiful thing about being an American is that you can have an opinion.